known to man.
Okay.
Which I thought was quite incredible.
I love that phrase, by the way, known to man. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like Panda Bears have got some stuff that we don't even know about.
Giving ourselves a lot of credit there.
You don't want to imagine what Panda Bears have been up to, because listen, those guys, there's a reason they won't mate, that's all I'm going to say.
And here we go, we're getting live into the game. This is the grand final between VeryGames and NiP. Ninjas in Pajamas, they're starting things off on Dust 2, the pick of VeryGames. And where is the Glock train going to begin? It looks like it could be at Longhouse, but no, it's not to be. His existence, and NBK shut it down with some pinpoint USP shots. That's going to make life hellish for NiP as they try to force things on A-Long anyway. And Forrest is over at mid to try to catch any rotating players. And so far he's still alive, so this round is still anyone's to take.
Nice headshot by Get right there, instantly.
And here comes Forrest up onto the side. That should cue his teammates to rush up through crossing. He goes down, but there we go. Freiburg going down and Get right too. So brilliant defense coming in from VeryGames
as well.
Absolutely shut down. Very well handled. Very well. They're very calm in that round. They kind of just took positions and just reacted very safely, very soundly, and as a unit. So that's looking very good for VeryGames moving into this series to take the first pistol round. So let's see if NiP have anything up their sleeves, any crazy rushes that they have planned to see if they can make... I mean, because if they get a plant, you know, they're very happy to do, like on the pistol round, they're very happy to do the second round surprise buy against the anti-eco weapons, but they didn't get the plant, so they're going to have to do the regular eco. But it looks like they did buy an arraignment of pistols here. I see a Deagle. I see a Deagle on Get right. As he awaits at long. But Fifter and Forrest and Exist trying to make their way through to B, but look at that. Smith is right there to stop them, and Shox is there to support.
So far, going very well for NiP.
And here comes Shox with the support with the USP, and brilliant stuff from Forrest there to take him down. And this could be a plant, but they're aware that I Get right in a position where he can give them perfect information of like actually whether or not to commit to the side.
Well, NBK is going to push up into B tunnels now to check if they're there. And since he's going to notice they're not, he's going to immediately be putting the call in, so they know to go fully into A.
Get right did, I think, a brilliant job there, getting information for them to allow them to make that call.
So now we got the 2v2 here.
And he's going to go for the plant now. Safe plant there.
I mean, this is already a success. 3 kills and 1 down.
Yep.
Now maybe you get a miracle and you win the round somehow. It's going to be hard now, though.
Oh, he can make this happen.
But with the health, he can do it.
27, he gets a good shot. Oh my goodness. That was incredibly close. Almost winning that eco round. Amazing stuff from NiP there.
I mean, for a round you lose, that's almost the best it can go on an eco.
Oh, yeah. They're most certainly going to buy now, surely. I mean, they did so much economic damage there. And yeah, they're going to buy it. They got the bomb down, did all the economic damage. And Smith's actually picked up an AWP, but can he actually afford to... I'm going to check Smith's out. Yeah, Smith can't afford to get armor, as I thought there, but I doubt he's going to be facing an enemy AWPer, so this is a situation that could be pretty good for him. But the smoke's going to obscure his vision there on mid. NiP playing it slow, and you know, once again, you know, Get right just chilling on Longhouse. It is just really his.
And they always just want to take these peaks to the mid, as we saw in the last game against Fnatic.
And my god, they just took down the AWPer for free. That's just incredibly terrible for VeryGames. And it looks like they're posturing towards B here. We've got Fifthler and Forrest chucking the bomb to one another over at the B tunnels. And Shox and Scream are going to get in close. They take the bomb down straight away. That's going to be amazing, amazing play from them, because not only do they get the kills, the bomb is down there. Existence and NBK can now try to make their way over to help, but Shox and Scream got this on lock right now. NBK chiming in with a frag on Get right, but Freiburg is surrounded over at the doors of B. There's surely nothing he's going to be able to do, but he does get a quick pick there with the AWP. Oh my goodness, just hesitating for a second with the extra scope. Freiburg going to try and make it happen with the AWP. Another Hail Mary there with that shot, but 32 health, no armor.
Yeah, nothing he can really do here.
Here comes the nades.
Now.
Yeah, not much at all. If he can keep this AWP alive, that would be phenomenal though. Oh my god, this is really bold from Freiburg, but I guess he knows he's a dead man, most likely, no matter what. So finally they do take him down. They only lost 1 player to him, really, so... or 1 or 2 players to him, so... VeryGames off to a very good start.
Yep, this is the start they needed, especially to catch NiP buying third round, and then they just killed them pretty comprehensively. Lost 2 guys, but still alright. Losing their AWP obviously wasn't ideal, but they got an AWP at the end.
And here we go, we've got Scream throwing those pre-nades in. And Smith's checking the angle up mid, but oh my goodness, Shock's gonna find Fiftherin's head and Get Right losing his as well. It's just a massacre over at the B tunnels. And it's a 4-on-2 now, Exist and Freiburg. Okay, Freiburg goes down too, so Exist, last man standing. Of course, not much to do with these pistols.
Pistol lock, because presumably the gun was out of bullets.
Yeah. So the pistol round not going so well for NiP. On Dust 2 here in this grand final. Best of 3. And this could be very well the final of Bucharest.
I mean, at the moment, it could be the final of every tournament upcoming, and there's a LAN tournament.
Yeah, these are 2 amazing teams. So let's see exactly the setup here we're going to expect from VeryGames. They're going to make their way onto A-Long, but they got so heavily flashed, they're going to fall back to crossing, fall back to site, and that's actually bought themselves a lot of position potentially. I mean, Get Right look way up into A-Long here.
Unfortunately, there's no one actually around long A here, so their position here, which normally might give you a little advantage, doesn't help at all. And actually, VeryGames are doing a really good rotation here. Look, they actually have 4 people loaded over, and even the 5th guy is right outside of B. So they're kind of knowing that something's going to happen over at the A site now. But now they're going to go back. So that was just, maybe that was just a guess.
And Exist, Get Right, Forest, and Freiburg, the 4 that are going to make their way up A-Long now aggressively. This is it. This is the commitment. The smoke's coming down onto crossing to try to give them safe passage, but all the spam coming through the smoke here. Are they going to be able to survive this? Fiftherin's over at mid near Xbox to try to catch the rotation onto Cat, but it's not going to happen just yet. And the bomb goes down there. That's really crucial. Exist, Forest, and Get Right continue to fight over the site.
Yeah,
they're taking players down.
Everything here.
Scream and Shocks, brilliant plays there. It's all down to Fiftherin, who wasn't able to really catch anyone on the rotation.
And they've had time to pick up the guns now.
Fiftherin, though, he's got the AK-47. It just takes 2 bullets to get this round.
But the thing is, if they play it smart and don't show with the other player, he wouldn't have known the guy was at the lead crew time. It doesn't matter anyway, because Scream killed him. Scream with the Deagle is pretty much what turned the round in VeryGames' favor there.
Yeah, definitely. VeryGames 5-0. NiP in trouble against VeryGames, that's for certain. But they've got their full buy right now. No AWPs on them, however. And let's see how they decide to play this. Of course, you know, we always see Get Right starting off his rounds, just basically controlling the A-Long house. That's just what he does. Like what you're talking about with roles before. Someone could quite easily define Get Right's role on this map in T-side. And
well,
CT
what
side.
the NiP team does, they always do the same base setups initially, but then from that they modify it depending on what's happening in the round.
And Smoke's down on Cat and mid, so both teams looking for picks here. Distance has to make sure he doesn't get too bold on Cat there. That was almost very risky, and then VK goes down.
So Get Right's now going to start pushing towards long A. So he's going to peek out in a second, and if he doesn't see anyone, which I don't think he's going to, then they're probably going to call a rush onto A now. So now we've got 3 coming up long.
Yeah, and Forrest contesting with Existence there on mid, and Fiftherin going to join him. I guess Fifferin's going to go straight through long as well.
And they're going to get across without actually having to fight much. Except that Get Right bizarrely chooses to fight versus the AWPer and gets killed.
He's going to throw the bomb across to make sure that Exist can get it with, and hopefully not, you know, having to risk.
VeryGames are hoping for a pick-off, otherwise they're going to save.
Yeah, they pretty much have to save. It's a long plant. It's looking
okay,
really
they're going
good.
for it here. This is a good crossfire. If they can just hold this, this is fine. Because Scream's actually coming from the catwalk. So they should be able to hear him now moving into the site. And so you'll see Exist on the ramp now, just waiting for him to move up still.
And there it is. Shock's going to... That beautiful crossfire there. As you said, Freiburg gets it. And there is another round for... well, the first round for NiP in this grand final. And... I mean, really, they're going to be looking to try to make sure they can try to steamroll VeryGames now and make it to a convincing 10-5, but that's going to be quite a tall ask. You know, VeryGames doing very, very well at the start here, buying themselves a lot of breathing room, don't have to feel pressured at all, and when you're playing against a team that is essentially the best team in the world, there can often be pressure, because nothing comes easily. So getting a start like that is going to really help boost their morale. NBK and Existence playing somewhat aggressively on A long, but they'll probably end up falling back onto the site. Now, great picks there. Scream and Smith going down. Very unfortunate.
Now it's obvious to just rotate over the B.
Yeah.
Especially as now it's 3 kills.
Yeah, Fiferin securing B. It is open. Freiburg sprinting in there from the B tunnels, trying to get that bomb down as fast as physically possible. Get still just sitting in smoke.
And he's going to be able to, in theory, he'll be able to kill these last 2 guys if they go as they're doing now. So here we go. Here's the first one. Did he hear him jump there? I think he did.
It's so funny. I love how Freiburg's AK is called the Divine Rapier.
Oh, he switches to a... What is that? So he switches to the flash, actually, so he obviously hadn't heard him. Oh, he must have done decent damage there, though.
And again, going to go down so very soon, I should think. They're going to get flanked, but wow! How did Get Right not get a kill there? Very surprising stuff, but he's going to get hunted down. His Existence is the prey right now of the NiP players, and the bomb goes off, and there they get the kill. So that was a pretty convincing round. I mean, you know, as you said, they started off with their standard setup, got 2 picks.
Yeah, and no money for VeryGames.
And those 2 picks gave them the confidence to test the waters. I think it was Fiferin moving into the B-bomb site. Because if Fiferin moves in there, it's kind of risky to attack into that spot. But if he does get a kill, that's kind of the round. And if he dies, then they still are a man up. So it's kind of like a risk worth taking, I feel like. So it's really nice how those opening picks can really play to their favor. And Get Right still controlling Longhouse, but looks like he may be under some aggression here. But he manages to deal with it pretty well. Guns down 1, gets another one. And I think there's even a 3rd player near his position. So the Freiburg will be able to plant the bomb, however, on the A-bomb site. So this is looking like another very convincing round for NiP, taking it to 3-5. But there are still 3 players left alive, but they are just pistoling. And the bomb's sitting on A there, ticking away. And they should be able to buy next round, I should think. It really depends on the extent of their buy there, how much they want to go for. Okay, they are going for some buys. M4s all around, it seems. So, NiP, there's no reason really for them to stop what they're doing. Seems to be working pretty well so far. And looks like Forest and Fiferin are going to move into tunnels. We've got Freiburg and Exist. Yes, it's pretty much the standard setup that they've been going with every round so far. Get Right, still on A Longhouse. Forest, Fiferin and Freiburg hanging around mid. Exist a bit more defensively on mid. They're pushing out mid. Yeah.
And they're going to see no one there actually this time, even though many times VeryGames play a guy outside the site. This time they're playing 2 inside the B. And
there is a smoke to cut off CT spawn towards B, which is always going to be the B pretty much.
And here comes the full attack on the B.
Just have to
they
take
know he's behind this last box here, so all they have to do if you're Exist is just keep aiming at him.
And there it is. Oh my god, Smith
he's managed to delay long enough that they're going to be able to come through the doors.
Wow, Smith is doing
Get Right is
so
all
much.
the way back over.
Smith's basically just won the round for them. By being able to survive in that spot, they can't progress. They can't get the bomb down. And the rotation comes in quickly and cleans up before they can take position. Very well played by Smith there.
So Forrest is going to buy an AWP now?
Yeah. Let's see, I love how he's looking at his AWP. And you can see what Forrest ends up doing with this. Is he going to be able to get the pick?
Man, I imagine he's going to AWP mid-doors and then keep playing around the mid-area. But he misses everything.
All right. I wonder if he saw the 2 players. Calling 2 across to his team. And pre-nading into B tunnels.
And see, this is one of the first rounds where they've had no one over towards long A. So Get Right by himself out of mid. Comes back.
They're just trying to push the players of VeryGames around, deposition them. But Shox is going to come out to see what's going on. He just saw a lot of gunfire around mid. He wants to try to find out what's happening, but he's sitting behind smoke base for VeryGames at all. Existence getting his head chopped off by the AK-47 there, and Shox might try to make something happen. He's just playing flush to the doors. MBK took the AWP shot and fell off the classic position there. Oh, brilliant AK work there from MBK. Grabs 2 off of Cat. There's one more there, making his approach. MBK has just evened up this round for VeryGames. Without MBK, this is a lost
His
round.
problem is he doesn't know there's someone to the right, so he can actually get shot here if the guy peeks out, who is Get Right, I believe.
Wow, NiP in a lot of trouble right now. Get Right at long side, Exist on the graffiti position here, and he's going to have to do make a miracle happen here. Great cover there from Get Right, and they're all looking. Oh, they're not looking at Get Right's position, and Get Right going to pick off one more. It's the duel now. Shocks and Get Right. Beautiful headshot there from Get Right, clutching it away from VeryGames. That was potentially a great round for VeryGames and MBK, who took the classic position. Where
I mean, that's usually not that great a position to be in because you're so vulnerable if someone comes up long A as well, but he managed to make it work for him to not only kill people, delay them long enough, and it looked like he had a chance to win it, but then NiP regrouped and then took the round like they needed to.
Yep. And
all the same though, VeryGames still 6 rounds out of 10. They're doing okay at the moment. This is a worrying round now though.
Yeah, we see already a 3-on-4 situation.
Scream only has a pistol out at the moment. Okay, he's managed to pick up the Colt.
So Freiburg's going to scoop up the bomb. He's got Get Right on Cat. He may decide to combine forces. Fiffler in there as well. But Get Right now making his way through the double doors. Picks off one. You've got Scream there, trying to defend the double door position, and he's aware that he has to defend that.
Now he's going to actually pull right to the tunnels, which is where someone's pushing to the stairs. And he's an aggressive play. You see, he hears him and then pulls back.
I like that play from Scream, because he has to cover so much area at once. He needs to absolutely know whether someone's actually going to be coming. His problem
is they haven't been able to call to the sense that, look, they're still stuck at A while he's dying there. So he wasn't certain enough, or he didn't communicate. So that was an error by someone on VeryGames.
And now it's a 2-on-2, and Freiburg should be able to get the bomb down. They smoked up the doors, and this should be a huge disadvantage for the CT side.
They're just going to jump straight in.
One through window, Existence through the double doors perhaps, or both through window. They're both like in the same spot there. MBK's got 9 health, so that's tough. There you go. Distance goes down, and MBK left with 9 health. This is the round for NiP.
Yeah, that was the key moment, actually. Things were going decently for VeryGames, but then Scream made a... all I can tell is either he called that they were coming B and his teammates didn't believe him and stayed A, or he didn't call, and as a result, his teammates were stuck at A, and they couldn't even shoot across the crossover. They couldn't do anything, and so it was. He actually put his team either. Well, you don't know who to blame, but I would imagine it was probably Scream not doing it, because oftentimes individual players, when they kill people like that, they're too zoned in, they're too tunnel visioned, as we say in League of Legends, on like what they're doing. They don't think of the comms as much.
MBK just immediately destroyed that. He wasn't anticipating this just full-out sprint. Up cat, no nades, just sprint straight up there, and he just got immediately
VeryGames are actually rushing to the spawn, believe it or not.
Yeah, this is a pistol round.
They're going to try and actually get on to Get Right, I'd imagine here. But they won't know where he is because of the box he's behind right now.
So Get Right in a fantastic position there to kill.
It's going to be hard to kill everyone though. Oh, what a coincidence that the other guy happened to just run out as he was going to shoot the other one anyway. Whoa, it's worked out really badly for VeryGames.
Yeah, beautiful save through the boxes there, a headshot, taking down 2, but giving an AK away to Existence. He's got 66 health, he finds one player, can Existence get the frag, he's spraying away, but Freiburg will pick him off, and that's he's not even going to get away with the AK-47 there, which he desperately wanted. I mean, that would have been the victory for him in that round, that eco for them. So 6-6 now.
Still pretty nice for NiP so far, 6 out of 12. The thing is, I expect them to have a really strong CT half. So I'm really feeling like for VeryGames, they have to close this out and get to like 8 rounds.
Yeah. So actually, Freiburg is the one pushing A-Long in head to spawn, and that's
pretty easily done. Didn't take any damage.
Beautiful stuff. I mean, if you get the spawn, the A-Long spawn.
So now they've got 3 pushed up here. See, they're just decimating them right now.
Yeah.
And Get Right's actually going to kill the flanker, it looks like.
And there you go.
This is what Get Right's the best in the world at doing.
And actually, Shocks and Scream saving A-Long, getting the bomb down pit. So Get Right and Exist
a lot of time to work with though. The big problem is the fact that Get Right's actually going to go all the way through spawn.
He's 10 HP as well. This is going to be very, very hard. Exist, if Exist is attacking from the A-bomb site, he's going to be basically just trying to shoot Shocks' head while Shocks has vision of almost his entire body. So that's going to be very difficult to deal with. And
now what they actually need to do here is have Exist peek first, then Get Right steps out and shoots the guy who he expects to be in the pit.
Yeah.
His problem is that Scream will then kill him if he does that.
Yes.
So if Scream doesn't peek here, it's almost a 100% that VeryGames can win this round. That's actually not the way it's going to go though, because he's decided to take a different angle.
Yeah.
So
And Existence
See,
pushing
this is
hard.
individual players always, for some reason, like to give their own position away like that, in a sense.
Oh my god, Exist gets the headshot. Oh no, Scream is in a lot of trouble. They're 2-on-1 him now from both angles, but through the smoke. Oh my god, Get Right with 15 health. He actually took a bullet there and went down to 10
See,
health.
that was actually a big mistake how VeryGames played that.
Yeah.
It's fair enough that the guy in the pit died, okay, that's not bad. But actually, Scream should have never made any spam, never done anything on the door because they had the bomb. So in that case, whenever you have the bomb, you have control if you're the CTs. You have to make them come to you. You don't give them a chance to kill you before they get to the bomb.
Yeah. Very, very well saved round there from NiP. And
Now, Fifth Lauren immediately shows himself and sees two guys in B.
yeah, Smith was aggressive there, up onto Xbox. Smith bought a FAMAS, no armor. They basically did a kind of surprise buy here. Just a bunch of FAMASes.
It's going to be A because they're already up and the bomb's coming with them as well.
And the
Everything
FAMASes
going perfectly fine for the fight now.
This is not a good ranges for the FAMASes against the AKs. That's for certain.
Forest will try and stop the guys who are going to flank up as well as Get Right.
They have no helmets as well, but I guess, you know, if you're playing against AK-47s, it's a one-shot
this is
kill
really
anyway.
a pretty decent cleanup here.
Yeah.
So NiP is going to be on 8 rounds, and a very, very good work by them.
8-6, so one more round for NiP to make it to 9-6, and they weren't far off of the 10-5 that, you know, I was thinking they could even do off of that momentum they gained. And again, you know, another force by 4 FAMASes for...
This is also one of the things that makes NiP extremely hard. Most teams tend to trade rounds, okay? Even if they're winning, they'll get 2 rounds, they'll get 3 rounds, they give a round back. NiP is one of the few teams who can really just tear off 8, 9 rounds. They can just do it in a row if they want. And so it means you can never be that comfortable in your lead.
And Forrest gunning down shots, opening up Cat. That's going to be really, really key here. Existence still on the site, however. And Get Right going to be facing 3 players here, but gets some help from Forrest. And here comes the tap, tap, tap. Gets one headshot onto Existence, who does get the trade though. And Smith is rotating in the back and might catch Biftherin. Biftherin turns around, but not in time. He will go down, but Freiberg and Existence.
PK has the right idea. He knows there has to be someone there.
But he's got a family. He has to reload. Crouching behind the boxes, and here comes the rush down from Freiberg. Gets the frag. Smith's now. It's all on him, but he has 15 health. Against
he knows there's one in
2
spawn
players. It's looking like a 9-6, but oh, Smith takes down Exist. Beautiful there.
Nicely done.
But
Let's see if Freiberg sees him. Insta headshot. Well,
Yeah.
he didn't actually headshot, but killed him anyway. Didn't much matter.
Yeah, he's
So,
very low.
Great work by NiP to get to 9-6 after the initial. If you remember, it was going VeryGames' way at the beginning.
Yeah. It most certainly was. I mean,
I think they were up 5-0, yeah.
Yep. 5-0. I mean, the two. NiP did a buy, kind of an unexpected buy, and it didn't go their way. But they managed their economy in a way that they kind of had one extra gun round as you normally would, because normally by the 5th round you have, you know, the gun round on the 3rd and the gun round on the 5th.
So we're going to have 2 guys boosted up catwalk here. And now pushing right close to the B tunnel.
4th and 6th even, but yeah, Freiberg and his mate there Exist, trying to get cute on Cat, but it's not going to happen for them just yet. So this pistol round is incredibly important for VeryGames. They want to defeat NiP, but NiP now have the bomb. They have the bomb on
They've used
Cat.
the Molotov, actually.
And there's Shocks trying to get some shots from lower tons, but the bomb is still down behind the Cat stairs. And here comes Scream in with a headshot. Get Right returns. Existence gonna find Get Right, and they're gonna reclaim the bomb, and it's just all on Fiftherin. Fiftherin, can he make this happen? No, not at all. Shocks is there to stop
That is the round we needed to keep this map alive, at least.
Most certainly. So, VeryGames is going to win themselves another pistol round. So they're at least getting the better of the pistols. But it makes you think what would the story have been had they had NiP gained got the pistol round on the beginning of this match. But that's not the case. VeryGames anti-eco mode now, and doesn't look like anything cute is going to happen from NiP's side. Seems pretty vanilla so far. Get Right and Exist playing close very long. And the 3 players in mid there from VeryGames going to decide to make their rotation through to B now. And Freiberg and Getroy sprinting over to B. They know it's B. There's only 3 of them left alive. They've only got pistols. There's not much they're going to be able to do here, as this situation's already been won. It's just playing it out now. Great stuff there from VeryGames to try to bring this game into their favor. And the pistol round, or rather the eco round for NiP gets decimated, as would be expected. So no crazy FAMASs coming out from NiP here. Looks like another eco for them. Okay, if you're NiP now and you're going for an eco round, let's say you smoke mid, so there's no information at all for VeryGames, what would you have them do?
Yeah, that's actually the thing, is for which team? NiP?
Yeah, because they're on eco now. What should they do with their eco?
I mean, if you smoke mid, usually it suggests that you're going over to B. So personally, I'd send like 2 over, then send 1 back through the smoke and load up 4 on the A.
Looks like a lot of action going on over at B though. But Freiberg and Getroy are tasked with the retake. Freiberg's just going to go in. But of course, you know, I guess he realizes it's quite hopeless. Even if they combine their forces as 3 with his teammates, they're still going to lose pistols against the SMGs. So Scream going to gun down Getroy, and Exist going to fall too. So NiP going to be moving into the buy round. Would you expect an AWP coming out from them?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily expect it. I think they're a team where if they want, they don't have to AWP at all. They're so good with the Colts.
Looks like that is going to be the case.
Oh, no, we've got... Oh, no, actually, over on VeryGames side, though, they have got Smiths is going to buy an AWP again.
Yeah, let's see if he can do anything with it. Here comes the shot on the angle.
No, he doesn't see anyone quick enough.
No, not able to tag through the smoke either, but 2 players on B for NiP. Fifthrin and Forest playing quite close there. You'd expect Forest to go rotate now. It's clear there's not going to be a rush. Freiberg going to be in mid as well with Forest. As Shocks and Existence make their way up Cat, Getroy is up on the site. MBK's over A long, so they still haven't committed here, and there's a smoke that's going to really stop their approach. They basically can't rush Cat for another 15 seconds, and NiP know that.
The thing is, they want to go Cat. If it's at all possible, they're definitely going to go there.
And still just waiting out that smoke, and there it finally dissipates. And Forest still playing quite close to B. In fact, he's in B right now with Fifthrin. So if they've just pushed hard now, get a quick opening, this could be really crucial, and that they spot it. And here they go. Here come the grenades coming out. It's a 9-9 scoreline here, and VeryGames. Oh my God!
What a crazy push by Existence!
Just launches himself.
And he's still alive somehow. He didn't even get shot.
Oh my goodness!
And amazingly, he almost turned that into a kill.
That's just remarkable.
How Getroy is living now, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Getroy pulling off 2 frags there. It's now 3-on-2.
Exist with a really good kill on the flanker, though.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And now it's 2-on-2. The bomb's getting planted. Exist is there on A long, and Fifthrin coming from the crossing. And here he goes straight up onto the site to find Shocks. And Scream is over at Cat. This is really precarious right now for VeryGames. Can they hold on though? It's just all down to Scream. Scream, beautiful shot onto Fifthrin and takes him down to 1-on-1 now. Exist, he's running out of time. He's got a kit though, so he can make this happen. He's just going to go for it. Oh no, he's not. And there is Scream, and he misses.
I mean, he was low as well. That was a very tense round. It was quite a good flash to use actually, because initially it threw him off.
I do love it. But, actually, I don't know. It's a really hard spot. I guess he couldn't have ever gone for it. Scream was too close, even with the kit. So 10-9 for VeryGames now. They're making this a close affair. This best of 3 grand final.
They're leading at the moment. So
yeah.
They're doing a really good job.
It's very close. 10-9. I mean, NiP are going to be looking for a turnaround point very soon here. But first comes the pistols. Exist has, and Getroy have Deagles. And Deagles are a very controversial weapon at the moment, because a lot of people will say, you know, just get a P250. It's cheaper and it's better. What people will say. Deagle after that first shot can be somewhat worthless sometimes. It's kind of basically a sniper rifle, it's like in pistol form. After the first shot, you're gonna back away for a second or two. But get right, I mean, connect anything, and there you go. Easy anti-eco round there for VeryGames as they make it 11-9. And Exist, is that an auto sniper that I see?
So let's see what he does with this. Maybe he has a set plan. Like
You'd
maybe he's
think
going to
so.
spam
I mean,
doors
with an auto sniper,
I think he's going to go long here.
it is.
And just look at that long angle, and if they rush to the doors, he'll just tap, tap, tap as they push through.
This weapon can be pretty damn.
Unfortunately, he's not actually going to meet
overpowered.
anyone at the moment. There's not even anyone close. So instead, it looks like they're heading towards mid. They've actually got Existence already into the site. He spots one, kills one.
Oh wow. Yeah, Existence.
So now here we go. They're just going to all converge on the catwalk.
Auto. That's that investment of the auto sniper just instantly just destroyed. Doesn't get anything back from it. So here we have Existence still pushing the site, and the Scream coming in around Cat. Beautiful shot there from Smith there. Forrest unable to do much more than just get one kill onto Shocks. And VeryGames making their presence well and truly felt here onto the site.
At the moment, Get Right all the way back in the T-spawn.
Bomb has been planted.
Get Right. Chilling in suicide. Just going for the safe. 34 health. So, oh my goodness, they find him anyway. Poor Get Right. So VeryGames are starting to build a lead here on the second half. And Smith still with the AWP. And we have a lot of Famous coming out. 2 Famous, Freiberg and Exist.
Now you would anticipate they'll do something aggressive here, either pushing right into long or maybe pushing guys up into B tunnels.
Yep.
At the moment, they haven't actually shown anyone at mid though. They're waiting a long time to show someone at mid. So that would suggest to me maybe they're going to push into the B tunnels. No? They're actually content to just play off of it.
Yeah. The pick onto Get Right is huge. VeryGames really pulling out a good performance so far in this grand final against NiP. And Smith with a good pick onto Fiffler and Existence and his team and just holding mid still. They've got 2 picks already. It's now just finding out where the holes are. And there's a huge hole and it's B. They just have to work that out and then they can go for it. And it looks like they are going to make their way over to B now through the tunnels. Scream should surely push that soon. And Smith's Existence going to join up in the tunnels. MBK soon to follow as well. He may just hold the flank though at mid, which is what he's going to do. And into B they go. And there is a trade. Exist and Forrest the last people alive for NiP. And I mean they should be saving pretty much, so exit kills and save. That's really their best option right now. And I mean some of them bought Famous that round. They're really, really economically screwed. NiP are they going to have to basically eco or play? I mean they want to keep these 2 weapons alive, I guess, and then they're going to have to play an eco around those 2 weapons. I mean, presuming that Existence doesn't just destroy Forrest, which he might. Here he comes around the corner. Oh, Forrest is waiting. Forrest is waiting until maybe.
If I were him, I actually wouldn't kill him. I'd just let him run away.
There you go.
Because then actually you could have guaranteed that you'd stay alive with the gun, because chances are he wouldn't look back, he'd just keep going through, and then they would think that you weren't in that spot.
I really loved. I mean, he's so confident with his aim, though, and I think he was just waiting long enough. He's like, okay, surely if there's no one following.
Unfortunately, now they lost both the guns. That was actually a totally pointless save. See, this is another area, by the way, where even pro players don't understand the plus EV play there.
Yeah.
Is to keep the guns alive. By saving, you've denied yourself the chance to win the round. Okay, you're saying I'm going to save. So now the only positive that can come from this round is to keep the guns. So when you lose the guns, it doesn't matter how many kills you get. You can't equal up to losing the guns.
There is like one interesting element there. Like he waited a long time to see if anyone was following before taking the kill, and it was a silence then for, and he killed the other guy more or less instantly. So he didn't actually know where he died from. So I mean that could be one counter argument.
There's going to be someone push up and get killed here though. No, actually,
Forrest
manages to kill him.
And Shocks is there for a response, but he can't at all respond to Forrest as he switches to the pistol. Smith now tries to respond. And AK-47, no, Fifflerin's there too. The bomb goes down, absolutely shut down. NBK is just like, what just happened in this round? My entire team just got completely decimated. I was just chilling over it long, and you all died over at B. So now NBK is... I mean, this is more or less the turning point.
We haven't seen earlier on in this half NiP do very much aggressive pushing. They've just kind of held the sites, loaded 3 on one part, 2 on another part, switch it over. They haven't really tried any aggressive pushes though, and the first time they did, they managed to catch VeryGames off. And if you remember, when Astana Dragons started to have success on their CT side versus VeryGames, that was when they actually would coordinatedly push up, or they'd push 2 guys aggressively into an area. Because VeryGames, the thing about a very tactical team is, when they're setting up their initial thing, it's not the same as NiP, where they just run the base and then they just decide after that. They're setting up a specific strategy, and so if you catch them while they're setting it up, they have flashes in hand, or they're still expecting for their teammate to come up behind them. This is when you catch them out before they have a chance to fully execute even the first part.
Exactly, and that's always going to throw a team massively off if you can catch them off guard like that. And Exist going to come around the corner. Maybe he'll find MBK. MBK saving that AK-47 in the pip. MBK knows he's coming though, and Exist, is he going to get the frag here? MBK going to kill Exist, in fact. It's a good result for MBK. 13 to 10
NiP's steadily enough climbing back that it doesn't actually matter that much that VeryGames is at 13.
Get right with an AWP now.
They're in a good position to still win this game. Things are still going to plan.
Get right and Smiths both have AWPs here. So, okay, no mid dueling. But Smiths is actually rushing for the quick pick with the AWP onto the A-long, and that's exactly where Get Right's going as well. And he gets Get Right with the grenade in his hand. That's a massive kill.
And now they should actually, yeah, it looks like they're going to go cat.
My God. I mean, that's the power. If you get the really good spawn onto A-long, you can just jump out on that angle and make the quick pick. And wow, Freiburg and Forest, massive plays there on A to just turn things around here. The bomb is down. And MBK, once again, the last man left alive. NiP really saved that round because after picking off Get Right for free like that with his AWP, and that is an investment. That's a big investment. And NiP are really pressed for money right now. So for them to save this round is really, really important. Very good work. Fifthlerant, though the story is not over just yet. MBK looking to make the difference with the long range AK-47.
And he has got them both incredibly low. So there's still 40 seconds left. As soon as if he kills one, he almost then takes the advantage. His only problem is the position of the bomb.
Yeah.
So there's one.
Oh, but there you go.
Allows the other to kill him.
That was really, really good stuff from Freiburg there to peek then.
Freiburg tried to get to the AWP, but he couldn't get there in time.
And you know, this is one actually like critical element of Counter-Strike that you've always got to be looking for trades. Like if one of your teammates dies, you always have to be in a position to trade. And sometimes...
Well, it's like we actually say, if you're going to bait someone, then you have to get the kill otherwise. If you don't get the kill, then you actually screwed your teammate. But if you bait him and you get the kill, then oftentimes that's fair. There we go, Forrest gets the pick off down the suicide.
Forrest, beautiful shot there. Forrest just showing why he's one of the most talented players there is in any game. And Forrest right now with that lightning strike AWP, with a lightning shot from the AWP.
They're actually going to head over to B, believe it or not. So he should get a chance at another one here if once this smoke dissipates.
Yeah, Forrest is going to...
So here they're going to step out two at a time, though, I think.
Here it is. Can Forrest get the shots? They're going to step out in front of him surely soon.
Wow.
Oh, but Smith
him.
Amazing. That is such an amazing shot, and now they have to hurriedly rush all the way over to B there. But there's no time to really set up and get the bomb down comfortably, so they're going to have to try and fight this one out and really earn that plant. As Screens picks off Fiffler, and that might just have been the time that Shox needed to get the plant, but still he's not going to do it. The pressure is really, really on top of him right now.
Still a lot of time, but at the moment, Exist is actually gone all the way around the spawn, and he's going to flank from behind. So that's what they're waiting for at the moment. So he can peek in and give them information. Where are they? They're on the platform. They're behind the box. That's what they're waiting for right now.
So 3v3, and Smith is going to be looking at the tunnel very soon.
So now they'll go in as a threesome.
Oh, Smith, beautiful shot there. And there they come in. Amazing play from VeryGames.
Smith's obviously the MVP of the round there because Forrest was set up to get the shot, but Smith's did that thing that really good snipers can do where they instantly recognize where you are and just go into their shoot motion because you don't have time to then stop, aim, you have to just shoot in one motion.
Yeah, amazing stuff there from VeryGames in that round, especially after the quick pick from Forrest. These guys are showing next level plays, and thanks guys for the views. I'm aware that we actually managed to breach 10K, so brilliant stuff there. And
so fast push towards B tunnels at the moment.
And Get Right might get aggressive here on A-long. In fact, Exist is there close to A-long as well, so Scream and Shox. Oh my God, they're getting a quick pick there onto Forrest. Fifthlerant is there. He's the last man standing. He absolutely must survive and
delay. They know exactly
delay.
where he is, so they're going to push in and kill him.
Oh, he dies straight away. He had to delay. He couldn't delay at all. And now Freiburg's going to rush through the doors. He gets blinded.
Is blind.
And Shox gets that kill too. So NiP are getting completely shut down. This could be the 15th round for VeryGames. Yeah, amazing.
And in a game that looked like NiP was still in position to win, suddenly it all turns in VeryGames' favor. And now basically they're close to taking the one man. And
here we go. This is looking incredible. We got this potentially. It could be a 16-11 if VeryGames keep
no
these
money
moves
for
up.
the NiP players.
I mean, what are they going to do? They pretty much have to buy unless they want to.
I mean, they're messing around a bit here. Like some of them have like smokes and stuff.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, they could make something happen. They're all incredibly gifted individually, and the Deagle, you never know. It receives a lot of pain from the Nerf bat, but look at that. amazing shots coming in there from the Deagle, in fact, as we were talking about it, and Shox is there still in the tunnels. They want those guns, they want them really badly. But here comes Freiberg. Can Shox defend? Oh, he catches Shox without his weapon out, and he actually gets Shox down to 20 health. So Shox kind of is in a lot of trouble in that position, but Bomber's over at Cat.
Oh, there's
wow. The 5-7.
NiP shouldn't even be alive at this point, but somehow they're keeping it going.
Yeah, NiP, man, these guys are clutch. They're incredibly good. Smith's still there. Oh my god, beautiful headshot with the Deagle.
I think if Fifth Lauren does this right, he's going to be able to creep up now. He thinks he's going to get this guy. He got, he almost did there.
And that's Deal's so unreliable. And Exist has found himself an AWP on Cat, but he can't really use it at this
problem is
angle.
GetRight is really scared that someone's coming up long. And he's actually right, but they just aren't coming yet. So he's going to meet them probably at the pit point.
And the time is actually ticking away here. It's 30 seconds left in the round. And MBK is going to find himself GetRight. And GetRight knows he can now maybe play close to his teammate if he wants to. He doesn't have to take this one-on-one.
He's scared, though.
They should basically combine forces.
Now they're going to swap positions, though, because it's better to be close up like this.
Yeah, better weapons.
But the time is really working against VeryGames now. They almost have no choice except to push.
And they're forcing the 2v1. NiP, brilliant play there together. They're going to go straight in for him.
This is almost a definite win now because he can't get the bomb and plant, so they just run away.
Oh, beautiful. And look at this. He's throwing all the weapons away. So
that should have been an easy... Like, they start with just pistols, they get stupid grenades, and you think there's no way they can win this round.
Beautiful stuff from NiP. And I love how he threw all the weapons away so that if MBK had rushed down, he wouldn't get an AWP, which is really, really awesome. I mean, those are do every little thing you can. That's basically what that is. So NiP,
so they have to win 3 rounds in a row to take us to overtime now. So
with a 5-7, a couple of Deagles, that's all you need.
And at no point will VeryGames ever be in money trouble here because one of them has 10k just even after the ball.
And let's see now, 3 players on long for NiP. 2 on the B side, but I imagine one of them will float back over to mid soon enough. 1 round is all it takes for VeryGames to win Dust 2 here.
Yeah, we're playing no one catwalk at the moment if you're the just Exist on his own basically on the ramp.
This is so close right now. Xox will pick up that bomb and Fifferin and Forest still in B and they are making their way up on Cat.
Should meet in this tunnel now because MBK looks like he wants to peek out. And he's going to peek him. Oh no, GetRight runs away. And so MBK should have heard that and should hear him now push up.
There it is.
He'll have a flank if he does.
And that, oh, GetRight's going to go for it. Wow. He takes the shot and GetRight even comes back into the angle there to take the fight. And meanwhile, Shox pushes up Cat.
And now Shox is all on his lonesome, going to be shot in the side of the head.
NiP.
So they're keeping it alive.
NiP, they are just amazing. Can they keep it going though? They need 2 more rounds to tie it up and force it into overtime.
And VeryGames will be able to buy both last rounds, so that's not a problem for them. NiP got to keep this rolling.
Here we go, very tense stuff. Are we going to get any AWP shenanigans from Smiths here?
And you notice that VeryGames, this is what they always do. They always get the strong start versus NiP, then it gets harder and harder and harder to get those lit terrorist rounds.
Okay, so initial aggressive play on long there. 3 players of NiP to maybe, if there's any crazy rush, but then, floating all the way back, leaving Exist close. GetRight's still on the angle though, and Shox and Smith's Existence all in mid. MBK watching the double doors of the A-long house. Beautiful pick there through the door onto Forest. That's a massive kill from Shox.
Wow, Smith takes so much damage there.
Oh my god. The spam through the door was too much there, and he almost went down.
And they look like they want to head over to B in a second if they can kill someone or they spot someone towards B, mid rather. So they're going to do that now. It's going to be a B.
And GetRight and Exist
heavily
really far
B
away
as well. So the aim.
So Fiffler, and it's all up to him. Can he slow them down enough? Can he take enough players down here? He gets 1 headshot. There's a trade onto Freiberg though. Fiffler has to take down more players. He doesn't. Oh my god, this could be it.
Exist is all the way over the other end of the site, and GetRight is right at catwalk at the moment. So GetRight has to kill MBK who's below him, but MBK should be able to hear him now.
It's a pretty predictable spot. And oh my god, amazing shot from MBK, but
1v3 now. No bomb down yet.
And 2 players, 25 health.
He has full health here, of course. And the kit.
The only limitation is he's got the M4A1S, and there's not many bullets that you can shoot. 20 bullets at a time, and it's a weapon, but it's accurate.
It has to be headshots all the way.
It is accurate, so maybe GetRight can pull us up at the AWP. I mean, it's so hard. It's so hard. And there you go. GG's called. that is going to be map number 1 taken by VeryGames. It's their map choice, but my God, did NiP really just make every single round as labored as they possibly could against VeryGames there. So beautiful stuff from VeryGames.
And actually,
it's very close.
NiP asking if they can change server. So obviously they're not happy with the internet, so we might have to change server for this map now. We'll see. Yep. Apparently they're going to, so maybe have a break or something. Yeah,
guys, we'll hit up a very quick break. When we come back, we'll switch server, and we'll get the map number 2 underway between these 2 amazing teams, VeryGames and NiP. So that should be time for you guys to tweet about it and to bring our viewer count up to even more. We should be able to hit 15K, I think. I don't know. But see you after this.
Can we do like...
Now the pressure's really mounted for 5 crowns. They need to get a kill here. Pipe will get 1 down. Can he get another one? That's a nice headshot from, oh my God, just 1 click there. Obviously been practicing that on Deathmatch for a while. See if we could do some more of action here from Pipe. Not going to get the kill. It is a 2-on-3. Bomb goes down, but Pronex has shown up for some action too. They can still win this round, but if they lose it, then iNation are going to be really happy.
He's positioning Pipe onto 1 from that hut there. That's such a nice kill. Can he push his way into the site though? Making a lot of work for his teammate to try and get himself in there as Price does try to aid Pipe. Can Pipe go through now? Through the smoke. He's almost on the bomb site. Wanky takes down Pronax. It's all down to Pipe. He takes down 1 and he gets the remaining 1 as well.
Ace.
And the defuse and the ace.
All
just the cherry on the top.
What a round from Pipe! Absolute beautiful play. That has to be in some sort of frag video at some point. That's RDL. That was all the way down to the ramp room, and he is going to take a second one. They're just challenging him here 1 by 1 and hoping to trade favorably, but so far they haven't. That's RDL with a triple kill, and that will shut down the round. Trying to put all of my strat sides to pick somebody off and just have him be like the Lone Ranger, the playmaker. He went down, and then they were like, okay, let's default to pushing the bomb site that's flashing, and let's go. This time looks like they are going to go for the ramp room, and this Emmy waiting here is going to get triple kill.
And more than that, with the support, and Emmy is looking for that extra 1, but he's only got 1 point of health left, so I think he's okay with the teammate picking it up and actually gets it with the grenade. So lovely. 4, 5 crowns here, but look at this here. Pipe is put to the test. A double with the FAMAS, a triple, and a quad kill there. Wow, brilliant from Pipe. Just as I was questioning the possibility of such fantastic moves from the FAMAS, Pipe is like showing me the moves, man. Maybe think about saving this. That's a question, but looks like he's going to try to commit to try and at least get 1 pick here and then make his mind up. Not going to quite spot anything just yet. The grenade does take down 1, and Pipe chiming in with kill 2. Emmy gets a trade, but it's now just down to Lidder. He could make this happen. He goes for the defuse. Is Emmy going to catch on? Oh, he moves, and he hits the clutch shot. Close range with the AWP, and Lidder is going to get the defuse. What a clutch play from Lidder there to take the round. From they were staring into the pit of hopelessness, and Lidder pulled them out. But it's going to be maybe a little bit too late as the players of iNation front on just executing their way through onto the late bomb site. But Pipe with an amazing frag onto Kassad, stopping the bomb going down even.
I can't believe it. Oh my God. He gets it through the smoke. It's
Pipe and Lidder.
How did that happen? He got 1 of them with the pistol, picked up an AK and killed 2 more. That was an eco round victory from 5 crowns. What a statement from the Swedes.
Goes down. Pipe
and Olafmeister.
Oh, beautiful Olaf
execution, and that now going to be a 1-on-2 here. Oh my God, Olafmeister coming in strong with a triple kill.
These eco rounds, man. These eco rounds. First, the quick little pick up mid, and then beautiful rotation and positioning as a team. They go down, but here come the 2 players from the mid connector. Pipe onto Nico. There's Olaf, and he goes down. Pipe is left with 3 HP. There is surely nothing he can do at this point. He is alone. But oh my God, he gets 1, and YNK is still there, but he's got a massive health advantage, and he's got the clock also as the advantage. Pipe is under pressure to plant. but he's got 3 health. Here he comes.
Oh
my god, Pyth!
That should not be possible. That was a quad kill from Pyth with only 3 HP. I'm speechless.
This
that should never
first
happen.
game today, are you for real?
It seems like that's what iNation have done throughout this this best of 3 so far, but they are ecoing fully this time, and that's what I would do at this point. I think taking a risk like this would be a crazy thing to do because there's a lot on the line for it. But here we go, RDL taking a quick triple kill, actually making it a quad kill. Is it going to be an ace? Yes, because Sad was stuck up there. That's actually a position you get stuck in. So an ace for RDL is not bad at all. And
close in on Well Did It. It's the last player left. At least they got the bomb down. Well Did It. Bomb down. Well Did It. Oh my god.
What the hell? That was so sick from Jesper. Actually, quick scope in mid-air and managed to get the headshot there. Absolutely unbelievable luck from Jesper right there. I think they would have won that round. And
here, 2 versus 4, and they at least have the right defensive setup going into this A defense. Brilliant opening up from Pyth there. Oh, he gets a second as well. Pyth, oh my goodness, Pyth comes alive with the AWP to just make this round just flip on its head here, and now Strugs is like, okay,
oh my
4 man to Pyth. What a brilliant play from him. It's just, today
absolutely
he is on
amazing.
fire.
he does make it a 1-on-2 with Flusher here, and Flusher's picking up an AK. I think it's a smart choice.
yeah, for sure. And actually, the bomb is not down yet, so actually Flusher manages to kill the planter here. He can just go back and he can play with the time. Why they're not planting the bomb?
They can't do it now. 3-2, Flusher running away, and he's gonna make it.
Oh my god, what are they doing? And like, if you go down on the lower bomb site and you get no opposition, like, you have to like think about somebody being in that door.
A Flusher in a 1-on-3, but he can actually do this. This grenade is gonna come in, not gonna get the kill with it, but does some damage onto Olofmite. The bomb being planted. Flusher really trying, but couldn't find the kill, and he's worried that he's getting flanked at the same time. He'll get the kill on Olofmeister finally. It's 1-on-2. Well, he doesn't have a kit, but he needs to hunt them down. Like, he needs to go and find them really quickly.
Yeah, and the bomb is planted in a kind of weird position, and only 14 HP left here, and he has a grenade. Maybe he'll go down with the grenade. Oh my god, he actually managed to win that 1 versus 3. So lucky that he found that grenade on the ground, and Flusher managed to clutch that so important 1-on-3 for his team.
Yeah, and that grenade, I mean, we managed to watch that at the end from I think it was Pyth's position there.
They are so.
Yeah, definitely. Here's Pyth through the smoke. Oh my god, what a spray! Triple! Oh my god! The quad kill coming in. Absolutely.
I was not ready for that.
No, pristine play from Pyth. Really strong, and that's going to change some things around.
Welcome back to the studio, guys. This is FACEIT TV. We're covering now what is the grand finals of the August final, and this is going to be NiP versus VeryGames. VeryGames took a very close dust to. I can't really emphasize enough how close that was. NiP almost brought it back to a tied situation to force overtime, but not quite. And VeryGames have shown that they have what it takes to win this series, and now we're moving into Mirage. So
I mean, VeryGames, Dust 2 was their map pick, remember?
It was.
Mirage was NiP's map pick, but Mirage is a map that NiP have actually lost a number of times on. So I don't know. I don't think they've lost a actually to VeryGames on it, at least not offline. I don't really follow the online results so much, so you'd have to imagine NiP are favored on this map, but at the very least, VeryGames will be on a third map, and now they have a chance to win it outright on 2 maps here.
Yeah, most certainly. So, I mean, really, we just have to let the tell speak for itself.
Well, it'd be pretty rubbish as commentators if we did, wouldn't it?
Well,
I think we should probably talk actually, as well, maybe speculate a bit, add a bit of flavour in.
That would make our lives a lot easier, wouldn't it? we could just look pretty. They could just put our faces in the game, they could see our reactions, and that could be it. But looks like they're going to go for the knives right here. So, are there any insights particular? Of course, this has been for a long time favorite map in 1.6. It's been, it's very, very.
It actually wasn't in 1.6 for that long. Mirage was actually one of the maps, along with Forge, that was added in. Let me think. I think it was like the middle of 2011 was when it was brought in, because the original map pool always used to be a famous 5. It was a bit like, you know, in Quake World you have like the big 5 or whatever. Yeah. We had like a big 5 in CS for a number of years, but then they brought in Mirage and they brought in Forge. They were actually both not that good. Forge was particularly bad, but Mirage wasn't that good compared to some of the older maps. But in CSGO has even less really good maps, so it's actually proven to be one of the better maps.
I love how you like frame that. It's like, well, you know,
I tell it like it is, bro.
It's like it wasn't really a good map, but CSGO has so few good maps that actually, by comparison,
in CSGO they managed to mess up some of the big 5. You know, those maps that like were brilliant, everyone played them for years. They managed to actually do stuff like invert the sides of some of them, or make them so that they just had really stupid extra hallways and stuff. So yeah, here we go. We're going live on the knife round now.
Yeah, this is a knife round indeed. Let's run the Mirage preview. Give you guys a quick overview of this beautiful map. If we can load that up. So that was Mirage, and this is going to be potentially, this could be a 2-0 for VeryGames, and 2-0ing NiP would be a massive deal. Not many people get to say that they 2-0'd NiP in the final of any kind. So here we go, we're starting out as NiP getting CT side, and this is the pistols. Are we to expect the Glock train? So far, the players are very split out, so it doesn't look like it, but Existence and Shocks are the guardians of the bomb over at B. Existence has it in his hands right now, but Scream playing close on A house, MBK playing close on T-Ramp.
They're actually going to head more towards mid, I'd imagine, here.
Yeah, they're just basically covering all their bases and playing incredibly slowly right now. No crazy rush. Existence making his way on the underpass, so it does look like mid indeed.
Well, it'll be a split onto A by the looks of things.
And Forrest is actually on Cat, moving aggressively. He's going to find himself one player on mid. Some damage exchange, but nothing too substantial just yet. But there it is. There is the
He gets the kill despite getting completely rocked to 1 health. And now here they come into A. Exist insta headshot.
Freiburg's on 5 health as well. My God, how are they surviving right now? It's a 2-on-4 situation.
And this looks so easy for them. Forget about the Glock. It's not so overpowered, it turns out. Versus NiP, maybe it needs to be buffed.
Yeah, but again, you know, I mean, I guess part of the power of the Glock as well is running in somewhere with a lot of them because it does so much damage, and it's like at the mid-range is pretty accurate.
The funny thing is, it's so rare if you were in 1.6 that anyone would ever use a silencer on the USB.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wildly uncontrollable. Whereas
terrible.
You actually see it semi-regularly in CSGO.
Yeah.
So it's another difference the game has.
Yep.
So now we're going to have long-range FAMAS play, which is very tough if you have Glocks here, because how do you get close enough to do any damage with them when they're playing at mid-range? It's which is ideal for these sorts of weapons.
So Fifthering could be the one to shut the entire team down here with this MP7.
Let's not forget he is Fifth Lauren.
That's true.
And he has been able to die. And he does. So Freiburg moving in. Key thing here is don't let them pick up that gun that was dropped there. And so luckily it's further enough back that they can't.
And a very, very simple round there.
See, this is a map where, unfortunately for VeryGames, I could see NiP going completely ham on the CT side. 11, 12 rounds, this is all possible. And so, if that happens, then suddenly all the confidence you thought you built up by winning that first map, it's gone, and now it's like, oh, it's a 1-1 game again. Let's just play Inferno and see who wins.
Yeah. All right, so Freiburg going to throw a quick nade out into mid, and Get going to pick off MBK straight away in this round. And
Shox has an AK.
Yeah, they're going to looks like they're going to work mid. A couple coming in the underpass. Freiburg getting scared away from that connector. And there's a lot of pressure coming in. NiP kind of realize what's going on now, I think. And GetRight's going to go for a flank. He's going to go through T-spawn slowly as the players
Smith's
are very games.
taking a long time here, but somehow neither kills each other for seemingly an age.
And GetRight's going to get the flank now. They've spent too much time messing around. And GetRight's sprinting, but his teammates have already dealt the damage. And Existence is the last man standing. Unless Existence can do the impossible, the unthinkable from underpass.
Yeah, the funny thing is, so many players in CS will run everywhere. They'll run even when sometimes not prudent. GetRight's one of those players where you'd almost think that he had like walk locked on the way he moves around the map.
And Existence.
The thing is, there's a lot of time,
save.
so it's going to be hard to save this. And GetRight's in fact probably going to get him now.
There it is. And is it somewhat comforting for you to be able to hear the sound of the silenced M4A1 again?
Not really. I'm not really sure. It was actually, believe it or not, it was actually a bad idea to add it to the game. Because you see, the majority of people now use it instead of the unsilenced one. So basically, in a way, you've just sort of made the CTs a tiny bit more powerful, because you've given them also the element of surprise. And the problem is, like I've mentioned in this cast so far, this is a CT-sided game at the moment. It's not that maps are CT-sided, this game is CT-sided. Whereas in normal CS, the map dictated which side it was, you know. So really, making the CTs more powerful wasn't a good move.
Does only have 20 bullets in the clip, though.
Yeah, but if you have the silencer, then you can.
It's pretty cheap as well.
You
so.
can't be found when you shoot until
true.
they know what position you're in. So you give them an extra advantage. The 20 bullets actually went some way to at least evening it up a little bit against the terrorists.
And MBK might actually find an edge onto Exist. There, oh my god, Exist just denies them all. No entry, says Exist, and Scream is going to try to make his way through the house anyway. But the bomb is over on Existence, and he's over at the B house. He might just. I mean, there's nothing to do with the Glock. I mean, he's going to try.
I mean, he's shooting a wall at the moment, mate.
Not going to work.
So
7 health. Just run and
the end
die.
result of that is a wall that looks like Swiss cheese and a guy just running away.
Yeah, he just has to go and die now. I mean, there's not really much for him to do. I mean, he could just wait here and just wait for them to come kill him and like have the burst out on the Glock and wait until they come close and try to get a headshot, but otherwise it's just round over. And there you go. Now the buy coming in for VeryGames, some AK-47. Smith's going to pick up that AWP, and this could make the difference. However, is there any AWP for NiP? Doesn't look like it. So let's see what Smith can do with this.
Okay, Freiburg's pushing aggressively down up the stairs area.
The underpass.
And he makes some sound though, so not the best idea, but he did have Piflaren pushing up also through the house area. And now he pulls back, checks up mid. So he's just looking for information here. If he sees them here, then they know it has to be B.
Yeah, B is incredibly open right now. And look, a quick pick going on
now
Freiburg in mid.
in trouble because they know it surely can't be A. At least they've got Forrest over in B, so he can hold them for a while. But the rest need to pull over. Meanwhile, VeryGames are thinking, do we even want to go B though? Maybe we double back and go A.
Yeah, and Exist and GetRight over at T-Slope, and MBK is working the A house.
The thing is, there's enough time where they can afford to wait like this.
Yeah, MBK will pick off one. And
here we go. Just come into B, that's all you have to do. But GetRight is actually all the way already in position on that ramp. So he's just going to use sound to his advantage. There's one free kill.
Wow, they're evening things up now. 3 on 2. Smith has an AWP as well, but they do know the positions pretty much. And there it is.
It's all on Forrest to 1v3 now.
And it is Forrest. He's got 41 health. He's got an M4A1 silenced. Cherry Darling's leg. What the name of the gun is, interestingly. And let's see. I guess he's just going to go for exit kills if he can. I mean, if he could pick off Smith, for example, like force a rebuy on the AWP, that's massive. Players like that are massive. Even if he dies, that is a worthwhile endeavor.
Well, actually, money-wise, it's actually worth trying to kill a couple here. It doesn't matter if you lose your gun necessarily.
Wow. Screams with the tap-tap response onto Forrester's head. Will just instantly kill him. It's like playing Instagib. And
is that the best you could do to like kind of draw it towards some kind of FPS reference?
Oh yeah.
Except that's an Unreal reference, actually. That's another reason Unreal Tournament players were lame. They actually played a mode where you just killed people with one shot.
Well, there's Instagib and Quake as well.
Yeah, but no one played it because everyone actually enjoyed games that involve skill. They weren't little newbies like point click, point click. Strategy? What strategy? I'm playing Unreal Tournament. Watch me dodge. Now you see me? No, you don't. I'm over here. I'm over here.
Like hating on Unreal is like the point of this now because like no one even plays it anymore.
No, but Unreal
like,
Tournament is basically, it has a movement system designed around Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory's like Bazinga theory. That's how bad it is as a game. It has a terrible sitcom analogy for its movement system.
But right now, I mean, if we go back into the game, it's 4-1 for NiP. VeryGames going to pick off Get Right. MBK with that pick. And for us, working Cat, but it's all around mid. Oh, well, there we go. There comes in the trade. Freiburg making it even. And they have a lot of information now, do NiP. So they can effectively reposition themselves to try to deal with this attack.
Exist is now going to be able to say that they're not going towards A, but there's actually still one on the ramp, and they are going to split towards A. So this will be incorrect information.
Freiburg gets instantly killed by Scream, and Forest through CPL is going to have to deal with Existence. Manages to get the frag. Fifferin speeding onto the A.
They know exactly where the opponents are, though. They know they have to just be in A. So here comes the bomb down, and he's actually going to die while planting.
Yeah, good use of the M4A4 there from Fifferin and priming pressure.
So
but he's the last
another one
standing.
has to start playing. This essentially makes it a 1v1 if Fifferin hurries up while he's planting.
Fifferin, I believe, has the 1-on-2 situation. MBK on the site and Scream over at T-Slope. Fifferin, pot shots here, pot shots there. There comes the spray, has to go for the reload. He fakes it, actually, assuming that maybe his opponent would come.
Yeah, this hasn't gone well. He's really messed this up at the moment, unfortunately. Yeah. He was 1v2 anyways, so it was unlikely he was going to win, but now it's borderline impossible because they can just make one guy not show if they want.
Yeah, and that can happen.
See, the thing there is when you know they're planting, that's another metagame concept, okay? When you know you're 1v2 and you know one guy is planting, if you attack quickly, it's very unlikely he stops planting because he's trying to get the bomb down while being covered. So then it essentially becomes a 1v1 that you can then turn into 2 1v1s in a row. Especially if you're a player like Fifth Lauren, where in theory you're not as strong skill-wise as some of the players you're playing against. You need to take every little gamble you can there. Playing it a bit too safe like that, it was never really going to work unless they just peek their head out for no reason.
Yep. I think that's a fair assessment.
So just like that, VeryGames right back in the game.
So 4-2, NiP.
Verily so.
They've got Fifferin and Forest over at B. Forest playing very, very defensively on Cat. Very defensively. And Existence, Smith, and Scream take over mid. And they smoked up CPL. And right now, NiP are basically waiting
Fifth
for
Lauren's
a
about to meet Shox if he pushes up now.
He's
just looking up, but Shox is actually to his right.
The smoke in CPL is about to disappear as well.
So he should meet any second now. But he almost got shot in the side of the head there. And he has to jump out because they're coming Cat.
Oh my god, they just annihilate Fifferin there on the side. That's B well and truly open, but they have to support Smith. He's going to go for the plant. He's got an AWP as well, so they really have to support him. He shouldn't really be the one planting.
Look, amazingly, NiP still has Exist in A. They don't know that the bomb's going down.
Wow. And that's going to be Freiburg and Get Right from the kitchen, and Exist as well. Oh my god, gets just tapped down by Scream long range, and just Freiburg left now with the FAMAS. That's not going to work, and Shox will put an end to his miserable existence there as the last player alive on the CT side. And NiP now are looking at a 4-3 situation with some momentum being built by VeryGames, who are actually on match point. If you missed the first map, Dust 2, VeryGames' choice, they managed to close that one out. It was a very close affair, but they made it happen nonetheless. So
we're seeing very conservative play from the NiP players the later in the round it gets.
They're trying to be extremely reactive here. I haven't seen anything too aggressive where they're trying to dictate the pace of the game, and of course playing the defensive side, that's of course the common way to do it, but no aggression really from them. A lot of defensive plays, giving up mid all the time.
He doesn't know that Fifth Lauren's up and to his right here, so if he keeps pushing forwards, then we have a chance at a kind of a shoot in the side of the head situation.
And Connector,
he peeks out at the wrong time.
Connector opened up there.
Gets him regardless though with a headshot, so there's one gun for NiP. Now Forrest pushing down towards this little ramp where he's going to see at least 2 people. He has to pull back. Two of them, Exist and Get Right, have flanked all the way to spawn. So now they have a choice. Do they go by the guy who they've just heard over towards A? They decide to. They decide not to flank around the others. So they're going to try and just get this free kill on this guy. So let's see if they can do it.
And Fifferin is sporting the AK, the weapon, and he's coming from CT.
And they do. There's another gun.
And there you go, Fifferin coming in amongst the chaos.
Exist has a lot to do here.
Spray down.
This is going to be very difficult to win.
They got this, surely they got this. They don't have any kits, but oh my god, Existence coming in. There's the defuse. He's just going to commit to it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he has to stop.
Oh man, he goes for the defuse straight up.
The full defuse.
Yeah.
And he can't have been that far off it.
And he left it from a, I mean, that essentially could have been a 3-on-1, but it then turned into a 2-on-1. and then with a quick pick, and then just against one pistoler. It's
He
like,
couldn't have known it, but actually he would have got the defuse if he'd kept going. But because he heard existence spamming into the box where he was, he stopped, assuming like I'm just going to die otherwise if I do that.
yeah.
Yeah, that looked like a really good round for NiP, the way it was turning there. But I mean,
Clutch
kills
plays.
always turn everything around, don't they?
Clutch plays indeed, and looks like they're moving aggressively here. There's shocks on the underpass, but Scream is pushing up quite hard up onto Cat there. He might find himself Forest. He does. A headshot onto Forest. It's Fifth in the back of B for the defense though. And wow, NiP are getting a bit aggressive.
Yeah, right. Using his auto sniper.
Under the cover of smoke, under the cover of darkness, Smith will make his way onto B with that
So
bomb.
Fifth Line's seen one guy at Cat, who's now pushing up, and there's a guy coming out of the house L also.
Shocks out of the house. Should surely find himself a Fifthler. There he is. And Shocks is going to fall though. It's down to Smith with this AK. 14 health.
He doesn't seem to know that he's back. Now he does. Okay.
And that MBK.
MBK has snuck behind them though, so this is winnable. Not if that happens, obviously though.
Indeed. Very close so far still.
Okay, when VeryGames had their chance to start to build a lead, it goes back to NiP.
VeryGames with the economic advantage now. And NiP, if they lose this round, they have to eco. So this is a very important round for NiP. They want to, at all costs, avoid an eco. So MBK is going to go to T-slope. Not going to go for any crazy pushes, though, it seems, just smoking it up and providing some noise. Whereas the rest of his team of VeryGames are actually over on the B house side, underpass, and playing very shyly around mid. Not even really in mid, but Scream's going to double back around to the A side to join his friend NBK, perhaps. Very slow stuff so far. Looks like VeryGames are waiting a reaction from NiP, a quick pick.
NiP's expecting a B attack with like a heavy emphasis on the catwalk here.
And that could very well be what's happening. Looks like they are stacking up there on Cat, Smith and Scream. Scream is a great first man in as well, I've got to say, or even second man in. It's just so good with those instant kills with the AK, but look at that going down there, and it's just left the Shocks in existence. They're going to make a play up connector, but that's where all the CTs
I was
are.
looking right at them, so at least he got the information when he saw it.
And now a 2-on-1 onto Exist. He makes it a 1-on-1, but Existence takes him down. He's going to get the plant, and it's just Fifthlerin versus a 46 health Existence, and Existence
Now, if he gets up in time, there he should know exactly where he is now. Ah, he's worried he went to the house, maybe.
Oh, this grenade! There it is! Perfect grenade!
Yeah, another example of why you do save grenades if you don't have a valid reason to use it early on. You don't just throw it for no reason hoping to damage someone if you don't know they're there. Because in 1v1s, they're so useful when you know where they're behind a box.
So, NiP now going 6-4. Still very close. And that was really a must-win round for them economically. I mean, must-win if you take it in the context of they want to avoid ecos because they were broke. Should they have lost that, they would have been completely broke. But they managed to avoid that situation, and now it's the opposite. Now, if VeryGames lose this round, they're going to be broke. They're going to be forced to eco. So, VeryGames, this is all on them now. And Forrest being aggressive up on Cat now. Again, we haven't seen this for a while. Smith is there with the bomb, though, in his hands. He should probably chuck that away if he wants to make a peek.
It looks as though VeryGames is setting up a fake over here, though, because of the way they would push all the way up there and then purposely shoot into a wall for no reason, just to let the CTs know, okay, there's someone here in this area. And then you'll peek mid a bit, show them there again, then maybe you go away.
It looks like Smith doesn't have a weapon. He just has a P250. Actually, interesting.
And he's doing damage.
And he does go down there, and that's the bomb as well. Forrest knows it. And he gets Scream as well, MBK to fall, Shocks with a trade, but Get Right chiming in too. So it's just down to Existence now, the last man standing for VeryGames.
With 2 health.
And he knows the bomb is down, he's got 2 health, it's absolutely hopeless. And now they're in economic dire straits. They can not afford at all to really do anything but eco. They can't buy at all. They have to just chill with the pistols. Maybe they can make a stack, maybe something like that, or a quick rush up mid, maybe get a quick kill. There's not much in the way of options for them. Not much at all. So here we go. Let's.
And everyone at the moment going mid and B for the VeryGames guys.
And the bomber.
So Forrest with his Colt over here, just waiting at the catwalk.
Yeah,
should be going to get a few kills here.
Totally easy for Forrest there to gun them all down. Existence going to go for the 1-on-1, but Freiberg already eliminated the threat. Oh, the knife.
Not very often you see a knife nowadays.
No.
Unless you go down Brixton. Joke for our UK viewers there.
Yeah. Oh, Brixton. Why so much knife crime?
I heard they're also big fans of League of Legends there. You know, it's all about right.
Oh dear. God damn it. You're the worst.
I am. I really am.
You're the worst.
I'm so shameless with them. That's
Yeah,
the
you're completely shameless. All right, so VeryGames, and not in the best position as far as money is concerned. We have some Deagles though, Shocks and Scream, and some PT50s, I believe. So Shocks actually, let's see where he is. He's over at the underpass. We've got Smiths with the bomb. He's over at mid, playing very defensively. I think they're just trying to see if NiP will get cute. And you know, NiP are going to be patient. They know exactly the situation, that patience is going to be the virtue here, as they have the weapon advantage, the positional advantage. No need to give it up. So it's just really a matter of time. Eventually, VeryGames will get to a position where something will happen like that, and they'll get some information, and then they'll make a call. Looks like the call is Smith to run A with the bomb. Oh my god.
massacre right now.
Yeah. So Smith is pretty solo against Get Right, and Theory will go down. So it's pretty simple. So they didn't really have any.
If you remember, there was a time when it felt like, oh, VeryGames is starting to get a control of this game. You know, they know what they're doing. They've got rounds that they can execute. NiP's maybe, you know, they're maybe in economic trouble. All of a sudden, it's 9-4.
Yep.
See, that's the thing. I mean, we noticed something similar in Quake, okay? When you're watching Quake, sometimes the underdog's winning, they've got a slight lead, and you're like, wow, they're doing so well for 5 minutes. But then when the great player gets in control, suddenly he has the lead and extra frags in a 2-minute span.
Yeah. It's actually, I think I think the reason for it is actually because the longer a game goes on, the more variables that are added to that game that make it more and more and more complex. Whereas right at the start, everyone knows exactly the kind of decisions that are possible in the first.
Well, it's the same as in
minutes.
chess, okay? The opening is what everyone studies. Everyone knows their opening, but then once you get to the mid game, that's where all the great players can just dominate even from behind.
Exactly, yeah. And it's very similar to CS because you get so much information just through all the rounds that are played. Like who plays what position, who plays it
well,
from where.
sometimes, you know, you lose a round, but you realize, oh, if I'd have actually just waited 30 seconds before rotating, then actually would have killed that guy. So then you make that adaptation.
It looks like we're going to get commitment here to T-Slope and the A house. And Shocks is up in connector, so they're already set up for this. They just have to get the smokes and the nades right, and they can go for this. But oh my god, Shocks already shut down on connector. That removes one of their potential angles. And now they're going to rush through. The bomb goes down straight in the middle of the site. It's all down to Fifflerin, though. If he can make this happen, it'd be absolutely clutch. 1-on-3, Fifflerin spraying away. 9 bullets left in the clip, and Scream was going to finish him off. So not much to do there, and the round goes the way of VeryGames. So they make it 9-5, and it's the last round of this half. And
so far, the big standout person who hasn't been doing very well in this game is actually Smiths. We saw he was doing so well in Dust 2. In general, he's been doing very good because he's always had an AWP in his hand. He's always been getting those kills, whereas this half, he's only got 3 kills so far. It really hasn't been good for him at all.
No, certainly not.
And also, VeryGames have gotten more and more tentative now on T-side, as we've seen. It was aggressive rushes that were working for them earlier on. Now they're just slowing it right down. They're worried about where to go. But if they can close out onto 6 rounds, I think for the way this half's been going, that's not bad, actually.
Yeah, I think so as well. Shocks with the bomb around underpass. Looks like they will commit to underpass, which can only mean that Scream and Smiths are going to make their way onto mid now. But Forrest is over up at the kind of boosted spot at CPL. So that's actually can give you a really nice angle onto the guys below.
Yeah, and he's literally ready for it right now. And he sees that the smoke comes in.
Good smoke.
Now he's going to go back. He'll probably drop down in about a second or two if they don't come.
Oh, actually, this is going to turn out to be somewhat of a fake as they make their rotation all the way around to MBK's position at T-Slope. And actually, 2 players, Screams and Smiths, are going to make a commitment onto Cat, kind of really make the fake happen. But Forrest is easily going to dispatch them. And oh my god, their players are going down.
Terribly wrong right now.
Yeah, this is going really bad.
They need a miracle right now when they enter this site now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're going to be shot from like 3 or 4 angles at once.
Existence gets 1 headshot, but quickly he is sent to the grave. 10-5 NiP with a very convincing first half, CT half, for themselves on map number 2 Mirage for this August final. And now it is up to VeryGames to make some similar kind of dominance.
If they want to win in 2 maps, certainly. Otherwise, we'll be going to a 3rd one. Because the Swedes look now like, I mean, you saw they got stronger as that first map went on, and now they seem like they're really in the flow of things.
Yeah, and if you're playing a team that you can consider to be better than you want to close it out as quickly as possible. Because the longer stuff goes on, the more the better or overall better skill
well,
kind of shows.
especially since NiP have the best clutch player in the world on their team.
And here they are, just NiP straight up on the A bomb site. Got 2 players coming in from CT spawn there. Even actually 2 more, and Forest
decides not to plant, actually.
Yeah, he should be able
He's
to
going to back away. They're going to try and go to the other side.
Oh my goodness, this is kind of... But I mean, Get Right's over at mid, so maybe they're like, okay, Get Right's over there, so that part of the map's probably safe.
It's actually not a bad idea, because then if they don't go spawn, maybe you kill one when he's rotating like this.
Oh, beautiful. Just dismissing.
And you see now you've still got a guy in A. There's a guy over at the CT ramp area because he's worried that they're just going to fake back and go straight
And now
in.
they're faking back again. They're doubling back to A after Get Right got that kill. And really, I mean, what that does as well is
but actually, it doesn't matter where they go because for them, they've successfully spread the CTs over the entire map. So worst case scenario, they can only be facing 2 at any point with 3 guys. And actually, they're going to face a 3v1 no matter which site they go to.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, this
is going to be very favorable for them.
That was the key of implication of Get Right's frag.
Now let's watch the position of the guy who's playing inside. And Smith isn't even going to look inside the site very much. He's going to peek out. He stops peeking just as they're entering the site. So he finally spots them, and he actually pulls back off and dies.
And so Forest just...
This is really bad for VeryGames.
Tap in the face. Here comes Shocks, also dismissed. Class is over. MBK at the connector. There's nothing he can do. Surely nothing at all. Get right with those Julies, man. I love how Julies are good in this game.
Yeah, remember it was a 3v3 there, and the round ends with 3 guys still alive for NiP.
I wish that the Julie trick from like 1.6 was still possible, where you could like bind mouse M wheel up or something and M wheel down to like fire.
You really were just a lame CS player, weren't you?
Hey, I had fun in CS 1.6.
Exactly, yeah.
And here comes Smith. Looks like he wants to play close onto T slope, but with Scream there, and that's going to be a good decision. We have a lot of NiP players converging on that position. They're going to make it through there. Good round from them so far. The anti-eco going to plan a bit of aggression. Is always nice, and Existence there with a Deagle headshot. Wow, he picks up another one. Existence really coming out hugely. That's a good result for certain. I mean, getting kills in the anti-eco, and already like Scream is like, wow. That's the thing with the Deagle. It's like such a wild card. You like really don't know what's going to happen when you use it. It can be a lot like the plasma gun in Quake Live. It's like you honestly have no idea whether it's going to do 0 damage or
that's the thing. It only either does a lot or a little. It's very rare that you just do medium damage.
Exactly, yeah.
Because if you connect, that's the whole point. If you connect, you're doing massive amounts of damage immediately.
And Exist says you owe me a new pair of underwear. That's Deagle headshot.
Is that because he was afraid or excited?
I think because he got like shot in the head by something. He's like, what the hell was that? Like just completely unexpected. That's how my take on it. But NiP, a massive commitment over to A here. All their bodies just being soon to be thrown at A, it seems. And it's still eco mode for VeryGames.
Shock spots them by pushing up early, but he thinks there's only one, so he pushes in.
And Gerrit's loving the Julies. And in they go. Existence still with this Deagle, just proving to be so annoying. But it's 2 players left now for VeryGames. They've done very well kill-wise in the last 2 ecos. You've got to give them that. But the bomb will go down. And it's just MBK left standing. It's got the P250 nuclear threat. Yeah. Oh! The P250, man, is seriously good. It does a lot of damage if you can connect with the head. Even someone with a helmet can be one-shot with it if it's close range. It's quite sick. So, nuclear threat, not going to really make the difference there. But 13-5, things are starting to get very dangerous. And Shocks and MBK. Yeah.
The thing is, they're so far behind, they need to like completely turn this game around.
And I guess this is it. They're investing everything.
NBK's going to try and hold the site on his own with an AWP. Unfortunately for him, that's exactly the time that they're coming to his site.
Oh god, and he misses the shot, yeah.
And then Smiths dies immediately pushing up his AWP. This is going as badly as it possibly could for VeryGames.
Yeah, this is pretty much GG.
Yeah, especially after this.
The investment was just too great.
Oh, but there we go. That's a little turnaround. Yeah. Unfortunately, he has 3 health.
Yeah, Scream can just tap them into it. He needs the AK though. Scream needs the AK to be fully powered for his tap dancing to really work. Get right, going to go edge around the corner, and there you go. Takes down Scream.
Okay, so we're looking at a 3rd map at the moment, unless VeryGames can start some magic.
Yep, it looks like it.
And remember, they did just buy 2 AWPs. So yeah, we've got some FAMAS, Colt, FAMAS, 3 FAMAS at the moment, 4 FAMAS in a Colt.
Yeah, I mean, so basically it's looking like we will go to the 3rd map at this point. Sure, it's not over just yet, but we should see the 3rd map in the August monthly championship.
And look how aggressively they're pushing up towards the B site here.
Here we go, Fifth with a pick onto MBK, and he's going to try to make it into a second frag, but Shox will not let it happen. All the players in mid right now for NiP as they decide where should we commit, because there's 2 players of VeryGames over at B, 2 players over at A. NiP don't necessarily know that just yet, but they do know that they have an advantage weapon-wise, so they just have to play. They've got a lot of time, they've got another 20 seconds that they realistically could kill before they make a commitment. So they're just chilling in mid right now, and GetRight is actually in a really nice position over at CPL.
And at the moment, Shox is pulling all the way back around to that little area that goes down.
Good return from GetRight.
So he's going to actually try an Uber flank around all the back of them. But I don't think he's going to have time here because of how quickly the NiP players are moving towards A.
So this round could actually go to VeryGames here. GetRight dying on the lone stem, and it's all down to Freiburg now. And he's going to go down, so VeryGames is going to pick up one more. But it's a long road should they hope to try to take this. Of course, it is match point for them, but they'd be...
the problem there is they won, and yet they still don't have much money, so they're still fairly economically poor. So they'll be buying guns, but it's
and they need to win 10
scenario.
rounds in a row would be great for them.
I mean, going to overtime would be all right as well.
Yeah, from this position, yeah, definitely. But they're 1 round away from that potential tie game situation where they can't win anymore, at least without going to an overtime. And you don't want to go into overtime against NiP.
Actually, NiP have a really good record in overtime as well.
So, Shox defending Cat. And just a slow play right now. They did lose GetRight very, very quickly, which is always a huge blow. It's a huge blow to lose any player on NiP. They're all so good. But Smiths is going in with the flank, actually. Smiths has just stopped running at T-spawn, and still the players of NiP being held at mid. So Smiths might just get a huge series of frags here. So Smiths, here he comes.
Is in really good position to get a couple of kills there.
Shox with 2 great stuff there. Smith's coming out the back on the B house.
NBK knows there must be someone coming either catwalk or house.
Spots the guy house. Back.
Now he's going to spot the guy coming cat.
Beautiful.
Great teamwork.
That was basically kind of flawless execution from everyone on the VeryGames side.
I wonder if NiP will stick with slower strats here, because if they really want to, I think they could actually just brute force rush a site, and they'll probably get the 2 rounds they need in what's remaining.
Yep. Pretty much. I mean, it's more or less, it's the same thing in Quick Life. If you have a lead, if you have a buffer of rounds or whatever, that means you can take risks. You can take big risks because you just need 1 or 2. And if you do something incredibly surprising or unexpected, then that they can't deal with, then you just win the game. So you have the buffer to be crazy.
Deagles here. Well, 1 Deagle.
Scream's able to gun down 1 there. So holding strong are VeryGames right now in this eco round situation for NiP. And it's just Forest and GetRight left alive. Forest to go down. GetRight last man standing. What can he do? Only with the block. And he will fall. So we move into the next round, and the buy comes out for NiP. AKs all around. And Exists with the bomb. And still some FAMAS there. Okay, switches out the FAMAS. Existence switches away his FAMAS and buys a better weapon. And actually, Scream didn't buy any more armor. He's actually just got 67 armor still. I don't know why it shows that. The armor gets topped up every round, so I don't know why it shows that, but whatever. Oh, no, that was Source. I'm mistaken. I'm like mixing up my CSs.
Yeah, that is a cardinal sin, by the way.
I know. Yeah, because it's kind of like CS is like Source is the sequel that never happened. But there you go. Up T-slope they go. This is the aggressive kind of push, the brute force move you're talking about. Not quite as quick as you would expect.
The problem is the rotation's now fully on.
And they know the bomb is. The smoke's just carpeting the A bomb site over the bomb there.
Existence is about to get rocked if he keeps looking up here, because Freeberg can just run out and kill him instantly.
These are really good smokes for CT.
Freeberg's problem is someone's coming behind him as well, so he needs to hurry up.
Oh, Freeberg shutting down CPL. NBK has to win against Freeberg, and he doesn't. Now everyone of VeryGames are just coming from one angle. That's terrible. Still though, the pick will happen. Great stuff. And it's 2-on-2 here.
He's even willing to just go pistol mad on them, look.
This is nuts. So they actually managed to beat them back, but it's a 2-on-2 situation.
They have the
Smoke
bomb
and
still,
T-slope.
remember. That's the crucial point. It's 2v2 and they have the bomb, so it's still in their control.
It's interesting as well because throwing the smoke down there, I love how push through there because the smoke basically means, okay, if you push through, you're a dead man. So by that thought,
I'm actually really surprised that Flaren decided to go back here because once he saw his teammate died, if I were him, I'd just run non-stop to the other side and try and just plant and defend and hope that they didn't rotate because it's very unlikely they'll rotate everyone out of the site. I mean, they actually have here initially, except that there's a guy still looking over from that ramp. It's pretty much impossible to win this.
So he's going to go for the plant at the radius, get some money, get some money.
He's the bomb down, yeah.
Oh, it doesn't. It's beautiful from screen
so
there.
much for that.
Absolutely beautiful. Wallbang there to stop that plant. Stop the money. So 9-14 now the score for VeryGames as they try desperately to string the rounds together to just close this out 2-0.
So NBK is AWPing now.
All right.
So this is one of the strange things about VeryGames. I wonder if it's because it's NiP that we're seeing like different players AWPing as well, just trying to give them a different luck. Because usually you'd expect if you're going to AWP, you'd give it to Smiths or, I mean, I think we saw Shox use it before maybe.
Yeah, Shox was amazing with it, in fact, before. There you go. Freiberg with a quick pick on to Smiths.
Scream has a lot to do here if he's going to hold this.
Yeah, this is really, really painful.
And then he's down already.
This is very bad for VeryGames' chances here. NiP absolutely taking over the site now, picking up some weapons, but some good kills coming in. And Forrest
but now the bomb is down. Now the distance is what's going to work against NiP here. It's actually a mistake to pull back like that.
But for NiP, this is a fantastic result. Kill 2 players, got the bomb down. GG, that's great. So they can buy again next round if they want to. And another round to VeryGames, bringing it to 14-10. But still, they're walking. I mean,
at the moment, Smiths is really the guy where he's lagging a bit for VeryGames. He's only on to 8 kills now in the whole game.
And the Razor's Edge is being walked very finely by VeryGames. They cannot afford to lose any rounds.
I mean, the fact that he plays in A suggests that if you're NiP, just keep hitting A. Eventually, you're going to get it.
It's like some heavy mid-presence here from NiP.
There's actually going to be no one there to look at them at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
A few times you can get through totally unguarded.
CPO smoked, connector smoked.
So full wrap onto B, I expect.
Wow, brilliant from MBK there. Good shot onto Fiffler. And this should really, I mean, all the smokes really tell them that it's B. But they have to know, they have to confirm it. They need another
counter smoke that's actually going to help initially.
There you go now. So it's just, they have to deal with.
And now VeryGames are in trouble.
Can they make it happen? Smiths and Scream. Scream's going to try to go through
still
CPL.
Not down.
Gets Forrest at the very least. But now it's 1-2.
Let's go and watch the guy who's playing now. It's Scream.
Yeah, going to make his way through Cat. Can he do it? He's got his AK.
Now he knows there's a guy to the right at least. And he decides to run away.
Yeah, he's going to go for the save. Pretty smart. I mean, their money situation...
They had enough to buy.
It's not horrendous, yeah. I mean, but
I probably would have just gone for that, even though you didn't have much time.
I think
you had a kit,
though,
just go non-stop and see if you headshot them.
But I think he's one of those players that like really covets the AKs so much that he'd really much prefer to just...
Well, I mean, it's the gun if you want to do the tapping one bullet headshots.
Exactly. Plus, he would have had to have either waited for the smoke for the best possible attack angle, or he would have had to run all the way around and would have had no time and would have been, or just run through the smoke. So it seemed like an unwinnable spot for him. So I like the fact that he saved it. But they are now playing for overtime. If NiP win one more round, they tie up this series.
So Smiths is going to use the auto sniper now.
And yeah, we have all's quiet on the western front. Forrest edging his way through the A house here. And Freiberg going to get absolutely just decimated by Shox. The smoke's caking Cat, but Shox is going to hold strong there anyway. And it looks like an A commitment coming in. And it's being shut down by VeryGames so far. The players of NiP being stopped at the slope, being stopped at the house before they can even get into the A bomb site. They're getting completely shut down, but Get Right and Fiffler are there to change that. And Existence, MBK, and Shox are going to rotate all the way around.
They have smoke really needs to help them out because they need to try and kill the guy on the left. Well, it doesn't really matter now that Get Right's dead. This has become extremely hard now.
Yeah. Fiffler with a great headshot there. So this is...
the grenade did nothing, unfortunately, for him.
He should go for this. I mean...
yeah, well, he has to. He has the bomb. He's 1v2, full health.
His
problem is he tends to show a bit of hesitation when he's on these sorts of scenarios. there he gets killed.
Good spray down from MBK.
Okay, so VeryGames stay alive.
This would be absolutely amazing if they forced us to overtime and actually win it. That'd be insane. So right now, everything is just incredibly close. Money situation for both teams isn't too horrendous, but for NiP, it's starting to get desperate again. Like, if NiP lose this round, they pretty much have to eco. And if that happens, then we're looking at like 15-13, and all of a sudden it's...
Okay, we've got an aggressive push into B here. Nope, they decide to go back and go down the middle again.
So things are still very close.
And now they're going to boost into the window room.
It's going to be Forest in there, in CPL. Checking every
Now,
angle.
Shox didn't see him. I don't think... Did he see Forest there? He's looking out as though maybe he did.
Yeah, Forest's position is known now.
Okay, there's a free kill.
Forest unable to actually kill Existence, put a lot of spray into it.
Is worried that they're still going to attack into A. And he's actually incorrect there.
And let's see right now, we have a very quiet round from NiP. They lost, of course, Forest. They boosted him up. And the bomb is dropped at T-spawn. I think GetRight's going to pick this up now because they haven't got much time left in the round. 40 seconds remaining. GetRight going to swing his way around to the B house, and the commitment shall be there. Exists is in a great position to shut down anyone rotating through connector.
If Laren spots a guy,
It's a good approach
sees
from
him in the
NiP.
sight.
Beautiful headshot there from Freiburg. As now NBK knows what's happening, he's going to communicate it to his team. He's left to try to gun down the rest of the NiP players over at B. So far, they're
doing a great job right now.
NBK, beautiful plays there. He did enough.
Should know where he is.
It's 3 HP
I think
though.
his teammate told him where he was there because initially he was
plant.
looking in the right spot.
Oh my god, that was an impossible situation for Freiburg. Even though Scream had 3 points of health, there was 8 seconds on the clock. He absolutely had to plant. There's nothing else to do there. And so Scream managing to...
And suddenly
clutch that
all
one
the close rounds are going VeryGames' way.
And this is sick now because now we have an eco. We have an eco for NiP. But the thing is about NiP eco, sometimes it goes nuts. We saw them on Dust 2 pull out some ridiculous eco rounds. So
they're going to fast push up into the mid and the house area at the moment. Actually, Forest all on his own was trying to just rush straight up into the mid area there. He still wants to do that, but they're already out into the I guess you call it the balcony area. And
Gero just sitting tight on the house approach, but he goes down. So
yeah,
very
this
well
looked like, remember, this was a very winnable game for NiP. I think they were at 14, what was it, 14-8, 49, somewhere
No,
around
no,
that
even it was like 14-6.
Ah, okay.
It was much worse. But well, for VeryGames, they're coming all the way back in this one. It was like they had to basically win. They need to win 10 rounds to get to 16, I think. So they were.
Remember, they gave up the round to let it to the tie point.
They were at 6.
Scream gave up the 1v2.
And here we go. NiP, they're starting to sweat. Because if VeryGames win this, I mean, if they bring it to overtime and win this, that's it. They are the champions of the FACEIT August Championship for CSGO. And again, another slow round from NiP.
And the way it's going right now, it feels like they can do it.
Oh, the smoke goes onto Cap, but Shox is going to spray through, and NiP players going down left and right. This is a buy round for them. If they lose this, it's absolutely huge. And oh my goodness, it's just GetRight now with the bomb. GetRight.
So far, you just feel like VeryGames is going to get every key kill, every important situation is going to go their way somehow. And for NiP, their crazy skills, their aim has just deserted them completely.
They've been left.
They've also run the same initial strategy over and over and over, and it hasn't been working.
That's very true. They don't seem to go for the standard rushes where you have the pinpoint smokes.
See, this is a scenario where they've tried to play it out. They've tried to play it clever and just do our strategies, just execute them. And now they'll look back and think, you know what, maybe we should have just done 5 rushes in the row. Maybe we just kill them on a few of those and we win the game outright.
So here we have GetRight. Last man standing, has to 1v5. Great headshot there onto Shox, but that's all he's going to get. And that's going to be another round for VeryGames. They're now 1 round away from forcing an overtime and potentially taking the August Championship. This is absolutely incredible what they've done here, because that's 8 rounds that they've just pulled back. 8 rounds. And NiP have won none. or one.
And the thing is, VeryGames have famously lost pretty much they've lost every single offline time when it gets to a close scenario. Those 14-14 games, those are the ones where they always bottle it and they just can't get it done. So this would at least be a confidence builder if you can do it now.
And so we have a B split here coming in from NiP. We've got 2 players in the B house, 2 players, or 3 making it up the way from Cat. But Shox is going to be key here.
Shox has been in this position a couple of times, remember. So
and here
that's
it is.
what they're expecting him to be.
Beautiful there from Shox. He can get one more, but he can't. He doesn't even really get anyone very low. So MBK has a huge amount of work to do now. MBK, he goes down instantly. This could just be it right now.
Existence has to pull out some miracles here.
Existence going for it. Picks off 1. Runs out of bullets. There's nothing else to do. And 2 more coming in from the kitchen here. Smiths and Scream have to combine forces.
Yeah, Smith's trouble is that the guy to the left is going to keep holding him off.
Oh, there you go. In with the kills, 2-on-2. So 1-on-2 now. And now a 1-on-1. Scream could make this happen. Get Right's there around the corner. The bomb is ticking. And Get Right's going to get it. 14 points of health.
And just
one more bullet.
We have a third map.
There you go. Map number 3 between these 2 amazing teams for the August Championship here from FACEIT for CSGO. And things are really looking great. Because this was more or less like this is kind of a similar story to Dust 2. We had a very, very close situation, almost going to overtime on Dust 2 as well. So these guys clearly, it's hard to really separate them as far as the players are going. However, you were saying it's like all the key situations and kills and so on are going to VeryGames. So, but credit to them for managing to have the nerves of steel to pick that up. And, they're in such an incredibly hard position. It was 14-6. And they brought it to, what was it, 15
The problem for them, is that
14?
You should feel great there. You managed to do so good and get it so close to getting it. But the fact that we almost had a chance to win in 2 there, and now it's like, nope, now you have to play a whole extra map to beat them. So now actually you feel a bit like you threw a chance away there. Whereas if you just got rocked, maybe you can mentally reset, you just go on the 3rd map anyway. We could have never won in Mirage, but actually you had a chance there.
Yeah, exactly. And well, guys, we'll just play a quick map intro for you to introduce the map. So here we go. There you go. So this is it. This is where the winner will be decided. It's best of 3. This is the final map, Inferno. It is, of course, one of the best of, or rather, one of the big 5. So what do you think, actually, of Inferno CSGO? Because, of course, it's gone through a lot of changes.
It's actually the map I'm probably the most critical of, because it was my favorite map in Counter-Strike. Because what I loved in Counter-Strike is the map pool was split like this when we had the 5 maps. Dust 2 and Tuscan were heavily T-sided. Nuke and Train were heavily CT-sided, and then Inferno was the only balanced map, and it literally only went based on how good a team was on a specific side. Yep. It was the only map that didn't have a set bias to it. And the beauty of Inferno in 1.6 was basically that very tactical teams on either side of the map were really, really rewarded. If you can read the opponent and rotate 4 men into your site as CT, you can look dominating and put up big halves. Meanwhile, if on terrorist side, you can probe, you can decide, okay, we feint here, but then we actually go to the other side and we trick them into rotating, then you can get very easy opportunities to win the game. And so on both halves, it really rewarded the very clever tactical leaders who could read a game.
All right. So actually, it seems like Freiburg says that they need 5 minutes. So we may just hit up a break, because that gives you guys a chance to refresh, to tweet about this amazing final, get more viewers for us. And also, if you're a League of Legends player, you can actually go to the FACEIT.com, go to the dashboard, and check out our private beta. Just click Add Game, and the League of Legends button is there, so you can check that out if you want to play League of Legends. But otherwise, it looks like it's going to be a few minutes till we get the 3rd map, the deciding map between VeryGames and NiP underway. So we'll hit up a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be here with the grand finals. So see you soon.
get at least one kill, but he won't. He's going to go down, and Glaive is in the pit. Eisenberg coming up from behind. This could still work.
Here we go. Back onto the side of the bomb.
Bomb is being defused right now. He needs to hit the shot instant. They were ready for it. How did they know? Nobody knows, but they did.
Oh, the Glock.
It's being defused.
Oh, Glaive!
That's an ace in the pistol round for Glaive in the final seconds of that defuse.
Oh man, Glaive.
This is not going to be easy for Pimp and Nico to hold on to, but let's see if it will happen. Nico has the orb and he's, oh, it's a nice shot on Sunny. Can he get the next one?
Oh,
mid-air.
Nico.
And Pimp with the headshot, and that's the end of the round. Triple from Pimp. Absolutely brilliant defense from that position. So
He doesn't plan to start dying now.
Definitely.
He peeks out from the cogs and takes off ahead quickly, and there's going to be even more kills, and that's a third as well.
Oh.
Triple coming in from Devil Walk, and seriously, as you said, he hasn't died yet. So he's going to be in for some trouble. And JW is very close here on mid. Very, very prepared right now. And he's been so good in this spot.
Really hasn't. Here they come for the smoke again, but JW is ready. He's going to be spraying down on one, and look at that right up close. He's going to take a second one as well. Picks up an AK, jump through the smoke to take a third one, turning around. And oh my God!
JW!
JW just like that, and he's going to make it 10-1. That was some crazy stuff. I wish we could have seen like an overview of what the smoke must have looked like then, because they all got butchered without even knowing where he was.
All is quiet on the western front, but not anymore. They're going to go for the push, the aggression, and JW's not in his usual spot, but Modi is in big pit. He catches one instant with the trade. Snyder takes down Pimp. Nico onto Snyder. Modi still staying strong in the big pit. They have to remove him from this spot before they can even hope to get a plant, and he's going to go for a double. Modi,
What kill at the end?
Flusher going to be playing from the tunnels and Modi from the back of the site. So Flusher, he has to be the last man standing, and he has to be always alive here.
Oh,
wow!
Yes, double grenade from Fnatic. Flusher taking the 2
Brilliant.
kills out the window.
All right.
Good half is what they say.
He picks off Glaive, and now it's all down to Nico. Welcome back to the FACEIT TV studio. This is the August Championship for CSGO. I'm DDK, this is Foreign, and we're underway on the 9th round for the last map. This is Inferno. Both maps were incredibly close. Dust 2 won by VeryGames, their choice. NiP winning their choice, Mirage, for map number 2. But here we are. This is the decider. This is what will make the difference.
Yeah, the key thing is that both teams really could have won 2-0 so far.
Yeah,
It actually could have been a 2-0 final, but we're actually going to a third map now. And whoever loses, this is the sort of scenario where you feel hard done by, because you think, oh, we might have won in 2.
That's very true. And we have NiP starting off on CT. Do you have a preference for your starting side on Inferno, CSGO Inferno?
I mean, personally, on this map, I think I like to play CT side first for the reasons I've mentioned before. Like, put up good numbers, know how many you need on T side, what kind of pace you need to play it at. At the moment, it looks like we're going to restart, because it says Shocks crashed.
Ah, okay. Shocks with the crash. Hopefully there's no more crashes or any issues. And if there is a crash...
Oh no, I hope there are more crashes and that people's mouses explode and that maybe like heating
Why?
systems...
What's wrong with you? Why would you wish these things upon us?
I've heard it creates more tension when the commentators like go for different things and there's like debate and, you know, it's like, I'm
oh my God. Please no.
So yeah.
Please no. Please no. So here we go. I guess this is live now. And we have some pre-nading for NiP. NiP like to play Banana aggressively, and that's always really good. Because if you can get up aggressive close on Banana, it's really huge. But here we go. We got the Glock train around. Well, it's not really a train. It's a bit too slow for a train. Right there, over through the apartments. Looks like they want to take control of short relatively soon. MBK's there at Boiler Room, trying to get some information. But NiP, they've fallen right back here. Fiffler in around library. We got one close on the A bomb site on the apartments plant spot, and we got Get Right, who's on the angles with the Julies, close range on the balcony on the exit of the apps here on A. So Still very slow. They have complete control of the apartments. They're going to make their way through now. And Get Right's going to be there with the Julies. Can Get Right do this with the Julies? Here he goes. He goes around the corner, spamming the Julies, but nothing. Gets absolutely nothing. And now VeryGames are just flooding into the site. It exists remaining there in that spot. And he's got the silencer on. He got a kill, but with the silencer, they don't necessarily know where he is. So Exist shenanigans, not going to happen. Shut down by Scream. It's now on Freiburg. And there you go. There's the first round. The pistols going to VeryGames. They've won pistols. Have they won pistols every time on every map? Because it feels like they've won the majority of pistols.
They have won a lot. I think they lost maybe the... Did they lose the... I think they lost the CT pistol on the last map.
I think you're right. But I think, I think they won the rest,
CT pistol, maybe.
I think they won the rest. Dust 2, they definitely won both pistols. And here we go, VeryGames, now with the anti-eco.
And Shock seems to be really lagging right now, unless it's just me.
Yeah, it looks like he's lagging some. Poor Shock seat. Not much you can do. The internet is a harsh mistress. Diffler in.
Speaking of which, if you're looking for a harsh mistress, look on the internet.
That's true. That is a very good point. Thanks.
Free advertising for mistresses right there.
You bring so much to this commentary, Foreign.
I know.
And Forrest is going to be the lone man over at the big pit, making his way towards quad. Can he find... This could be very sneaky from Forrest. He's got the PT-50. That's a one-shot kill on the head there, and he does get one. MBK gets the kill, the trade with the Bison. And now Exist and Get Right rotate with their pistols.
Every time I see the Bison, I always think of that bit in the Street Fighter movie where he has like Bison dollars that he pays them with. And then they're like, what am I going to do with these? And he's like, in the future, every Bison dollar will be worth $5 US or something mad like that. It's like M. Bison's dreams of a fiat currency made by him.
Yeah, he was a nutter.
The last great role for Raul Julia there. Street Fighter the movie.
Oh, beautiful kill from Exist there. P250. Good for those exit kills, it seems. It's such a strong pistol. It's very cheap as well. I mean, a lot of people will tell you just don't bother with a Deagle. Get a P250. The gun is pretty damn good. It's not as good on range as Deagle, but Deagle's only good for one shot on range anyway. So there you go. The bomb does explode. And all NiP got from it was that... I actually picked up a shotgun. Was that a Nova?
Well, now he can guard his farmhouse from any unruly town boys who might be coming by in their Shelby pickup.
And he's going to be able to actually take that close range anywhere he wants. So
I like the way you agreed with that and tried to work it in your commentary.
Yeah, I'm just going to ignore you from now on. I'm actually surprised that he didn't switch out with someone and go apps with the shotgun, because of course you have so many close range options there. But actually they're stacking with 3 men on the B-bomb site here. So leaving Fiffler in and Exist on the defense there over at the A side. Exist over at Arch and Fiffler in on the apartments. And Get Right, really, he could do a lot of damage with the shot. Even getting 1 kill, it gives you so much money to get a kill with a shotgun. Just 1 frag with that is like a huge deal. That's like an AWP on the next round, for sure, guaranteed. If they want to play with AWPs. And still VeryGames await. They await the move of NiP. But of course, the impetus is on VeryGames being the T side. If the time runs out, they lose because they got to plant the bomb before the timer runs out. So they do have to make the move at some point. And here they go. Get Right could come out huge with this Nova here. Oh my goodness, he doesn't get anything, but Forrest does get a headshot. And Get Right going to reposition himself as they make their way in. And here comes Get Right once again over the coils, onto the grill, missing the shots with the Nova. And nothing accomplished, but...
Cliff Flaren actually all the way on the back.
PT-50, man.
Yeah, only pistols left for NiP.
But PT-50 is another headshot from Exist from the PT-50. If they get this eco, that would be absolutely huge. And
11 seconds left, but he's going to get the plant in.
But he has to go. Exist, go for it. He's got the P250, still just piling the shots in, and MBK had only 40 health. My God, that was close. That was a really good pistol round, eco round from NiP. They are just really loving it after that. Of course, they didn't get the round, but you know, they got a lot of money from the kills. Unfortunately, Get Right didn't get any kills with the Nova, so there wasn't the huge monetary bonus of getting the shotgun kills, but still, They're going to play, I guess, a straight-up round now. Looks like we got Forest over on short. Exists on Arch still. Kind of a floater. And some aggressive positioning over at Banana. But looks like a lot of traffic over at Apps.
And they're some great wall banging there.
But 9 health remaining. Oh my god, he gets through without losing his life. But here it is. Forest to take him down. Existence. And Scream and Shock's going to make their approach through mid onto short. It looks like that Forest is there from Big Pit. M for A1, weapon of choice.
Yeah, one of the famous spots that actually Forest would always play on this map is CT. Because around this area in 1.6, he was like the best at reading when to look one way, when to look the other way. But actually, the VeryGames guys are going to go over to B instead.
Yeah, this is one of those really hard situations on this map where you try to get up mid and you get kind of stopped and you can't go up, and then you want to go Banana.
Made a big mistake there.
Yeah. And Shocks is alone against 4. But if he can get the kill and get the quick plant, that's an amazing result. That's what he's playing for. Just here it is, the tap over the coils, trying to find a head though. Oh, I love that jump from Freiberg there. That was beautiful because you could see what was trying to be accomplished by Shocks there to try and get the picks on the head, and that would have meant the kill. And then having jumped up so unexpectedly, Shocks couldn't have adjusted his aim quickly enough. So brilliant play from Freiberg there, tactical genius, and that's going to secure that for NiP without any crazy losses or crazy situations. And again, a standard setup. Actually, no, some aggression there on mid. They just want, they're nading down mid, nading down Banana. And MBK up second mid. It takes down Forest in the balcony. So they're one man down on A now. So Fifthlearn has to do Forest's job as well as his own on apps and also on the shorts. So you can really see like how painful it can be to lose that one man, because now Fifthlearn exists incredibly far away from Get Right and Freiberg to have an effective defense on A. They have like very long rotation times. And so far, looks like VeryGames are creeping up mid. It looks like that's what they want to go for. Fifthlearn's there on short. He's going to back away to the site. I guess they heard some flashes. They heard some footsteps. They think it's going to be A. Get Right's already rotating through Arch. Here they come through. Apps exists in a really huge position here at Big Pit. He's got to get at least a couple kills. And here they are jumping down into the pit.
Balcony.
Exists unable to get anything at all. Beautiful smoke to cover their approach there.
I think his teammate might have flashed him there.
Yeah, this is looking amazing. Oh my god, Get Right gets 2 there. Oh my goodness, already bringing it to 2-1. MBK with 1 point of health.
Freiberg was so blind when he was shooting there.
Amazing. Freiberg can do this.
Goes down. He knows it has to be to his right.
Oh, Freiberg. So close. So close. That was such an amazing round there. Almost a retake from like nowhere. Get Right just guns down 2 opponents, 2 insta headshots. But 4-1. VeryGames.
And NiP forced to another save.
So yeah, it really looks like VeryGames are taking this by storm. But then again, that has happened previously in this matchup. That VeryGames do very well at the beginning, and they start to drop off towards the end. Although last map they had a poor start and then picked it up towards the end. So,
I mean, the way it's gone so far is it's usually around the 8th or 9th round when NiP like take over and assert themselves.
And Exist over at short again, and Fifthlearn and Arch. Forest at B. So that's like a 3-man split to cover the entire one half of the map. That's insane. They really need to...
Forest just wants to push this on his own, it looks like.
Yeah, pushing is quite powerful as well, because at least he can find out what they're trying to do, get some information. Of course, if you get your head shot off, then that's pretty bad too. But, you know, VeryGames, they want to play this extremely slow, cautiously. They want to make absolutely sure that they aren't in a position to lose this, or even get any monetary kind of loss by dropping a player or two, having to rebuy next round. They don't want to have any of that. They want a perfect round hit. And they're building into that. It's just Fifthlearn and Forest, and they have to rotate. The plant will go down on A. So it looks like it's hopeless here for NiP in this round, but you know, they just have pistols, so to be expected. Maybe Forest can make a nice exit frag here with the USP. You see he's actually taken the silencer off of that USB there. And
he's not afraid to be heard.
He's not afraid to be heard. But look at this tree fire from MBK. Beautiful stuff. All right, so VeryGames not dropping a single player in that eco round. Here comes the buy-in from NiP, any AWP to be seen? Nope, not at all. Just all rifles from both teams. 5-1. VeryGames really rocking Inferno so far. So it looks like NiP, the pressure's on this round. They need to start getting the momentum back and start healing their economic situation. So the standard setup, more or less. And just going to wait things out, the smoke up on mid to deny information from NiP. Got Shocks there and trying to see if he can find any angles here. Any players of NiP trying to play close, but looks like that's not the case. Of course, we have X-ray, so we know exactly what's going on, but the players do not have X-ray. That would be wallhack. And that's not allowed. Insightful. Very insightful.
Maybe there's someone out there who hasn't seen CS before.
Well, yeah, you know.
Maybe they're like, you fool, he's behind that. What? Shoot him! Shoot him! You know, some very excitable customer who's never seen CS, but still, obviously, in my scenario, he would still imagine that he could criticize pro players and that he would know better than them because,
of course,
just my experience of the public.
But here we go. We have actually some nades coming in. Here it is. Commitment going into B. Here, Existence is the first man. The entry frag is absolutely key. Beautiful there. Gero gets nothing from that. Absolutely nothing. And they're straight on the site with the plant. But actually, Freiburg's still in the site. He gets three. There's 3 kills there. Freiburg's still in the back of the site. This is so bad for them.
Full health, no less.
Yeah, this is incredibly terrible. They can't do anything with Freiburg alive. He does finally go down. This allows him to do something, but maybe get the bomb down. But look at that. Fiflerin coming in from the back. Yet. And Fiflerin versus Existence. Both weak.
Basically 10 health difference. No bomb down yet. So now he's going to try and plant the bomb now.
M for A4, can it prove?
And is that a grenade?
The weapon. Winning rounds. The spray from both players, just incredibly crazy.
3 health is what Existence survives that round with.
My God.
Freiburg did his best to magic around in their behalf, but he couldn't do it. And VeryGames keep marching on.
You know, it's really interesting in the chaos when you're rushing sites. Like, you have the order of the players, and like the first man checks these spots, the second man checks these spots, third man checks these spots, and so on. So you're really efficient. But then, like, if one of those players gets killed in the chaos, sometimes you don't realize, and like one spot never gets checked. And that was Freiburg, who stayed alive, and in this case actually almost managed to win them the round. But a great execution from VeryGames nonetheless. VeryGames 6-1 now against NiP. They are looking at a stormer of a start.
Exist is about to meet. No, he decides to go back.
And defensive posturing from VeryGames at this current point in time. MBK trying to do some spam into the bedroom. Some wall banging action. But finds nothing.
Now he's going to meet Yetra in a second and get shot. There we go. USP headshot.
Indeed. Get right. Going to be able to pick himself up. That weapon, of course, it's an eco round for CT side. So actually, a weapon like that can, like one rifle, one AK, can turn around an entire round.
So now they're going to try and just not peek until they get right in the sight.
There it is, spamming around those corners.
It doesn't do anything for them.
And that is it. So, I mean, Get Right, he wants to save this, I guess. Scream on 2 HP, Existence on 21. Get Right going to save this AK-47. I mean, that's a reasonable play. So Get Right. I mean, if we look at the money situation, VeryGames are absolutely laughing. They're going to have so much money after this round. And it's just dire straits for NiP.
That's why it's actually worth pushing up and trying to kill Get Right here, just to take his gun away from him.
Yeah, they can afford to lose everything.
They're probably gunning because they're going to. Smith is going to meet him right now.
Oh, Get Right gets it though. And
now another person's coming.
Beautiful. I love the positioning from Get Right there.
Yeah, but again, it's a mistake to lose your gun like when you've tried to save.
Yeah.
Because again, you've now accomplished nothing. Where if you keep the gun alive, you got to kill. That's about the best you can hope for, you know.
Indeed.
Now Forrest is actually going to try and AWP, so we'll keep our eye on him initially.
Yeah, definitely. Forrest is going to
try and just AWP straight down mid. It looks like.
We haven't seen much of that yet, so
here we go.
Oh,
but they flash right into his face.
Yeah, unable to get some very good flash actually. I mean, perfect really.
And now we're going to have 3 pushing right up to A.
And Forrest now still with the AWP. Lightning strike AWP. Is in a great position near the graveyard. But we've yet to really see Team VeryGames make this full commitment. They could very much.
Now here they come up mid. So the crossfire is on, and Existence just as a spray away into their back.
But Forrest
didn't really do any damage.
This is such a strong defense coming in from NiP. Oh, wow. A headshot straight onto Forest there with the AWP. Shock's going to come in for the flank. Great, but he's going to be flanked himself in a second. He's got to get kills very quickly here. Oh, beautiful play from Shocks to realize he's coming.
Yeah, there's nothing he could do at the end, unfortunately. But yeah, well done to at least recognize by the comms that he had to turn around.
Yeah, I mean, if that's like a headshot there, that can be, and that happens.
See, this is the same thing again. Remember, every time VeryGames is in a position where they're winning, they're building a lead. Now with the lead starting to get really, no, that's when NiP takes it back.
And it couldn't have been more of a timely manner because they basically they really need to go 8-7 with this. They need to get the rest of the rounds 6 in a row. They really do, NiP. Because VeryGames aren't to be messed around with. They're probably going to win the pistol rounds again. I mean, that seems to be the trend. They win pistols against NiP, but we'll see how this goes. They have 4 men up on Banana, and they have MBK as the kind of the floater, catching rotators and anyone who gets a bit crazy coming in from mid. And MBK going to find himself some Fifthra in action, but Fifthra takes him down. But as his team get onto that B bomb site, and Freiberg goes down in the back of the site, Exist, great kill coming in there onto Existence. Shocks versus the world. Scream's there to help him, but for how long will he stay alive at the car? Uh-oh, Scream could get caught in the back if he doesn't realize that there's one more behind him at Banana.
And he's not going to.
Yeah, he has no idea.
It's almost certain he will now die.
Look at this.
Amazingly, he had a chance to at least potentially get a shot off.
Okay, Shocks is in such a crazy bad position. Look, just instantly just headshotted there.
And see, same thing again. This is what happens is also, VeryGames get the lead, it just goes back to NiP, then you have a series of close rounds that NiP just takes a few of, and that's how the game starts to go back in their favor.
So VeryGames, especially if they get a plan again, they can really afford to buy for the next 2 rounds.
And what I've noticed is we really haven't seen that much AWPing on T-sides from VeryGames in this series, and yet we saw so much before that. Usually their comfort is to go for that, and yet versus NiP, they're a bit worried about doing that.
Yeah, it's actually really, and NiP, we've only really seen Forest with AWP, and that's just now. And here he goes for the peek. He gets instantly flashed, so well timed once again. But Forest is going to go for more peeking. Oh, wow, Scream just cleaves his head off with the AK-47. That's a really huge, and that was such an investment there. If VeryGames managed to win this round, that is going to be a massive economic boost for them and really put NiP into some really terrible times. Losing AWPs like that, I mean, you really can't play it down. It's a huge loss. And they've got 3 people huddled together on A side near the big pit. Actually, like one in the apps, one in the big pit, one on the quad. And Freiberg's left alone at Banana. But we can see that it looks like it's going to be an A endeavor here for VeryGames as they make their way up slowly. Slowly but surely. Exist going to go back around to Arch side. And it looks like they may actually go back.
I think they're going to fake and go B. That's the whole point of that probing thing there. You're trying to pull more CT side guys over. And so far, it looked like it worked. But if you look at number 2 on the overlay there, NiP is going to have their 2 guys back over because they've gone too slow. Again, this has also been VeryGames' big failure is to go too slow as the rounds get closer and closer.
And GetRight probably going to get himself an MBK. Yep, and there it is, straight up onto the site. Still one left alive.
Flanking hard. So really, this is where Exist tried to stay alive for a little bit longer, now GetRight just runs back the other way.
So there you go, VeryGames are actually taking this back again. I mean, they're not really letting it run away from them too bad. And GetRight will probably survive with his weapon. I mean, he's got 12 health. They really should rush him down. It's like the last time he was in this spot. But it's looking really good for VeryGames right now because after this round, the money situation's really... they're probably going to have to eco. I mean, they have... Forest has money and GetRight's going to have a weapon. So Forest can buy and GetRight's going to have the weapon still.
Yep,
so
here we go. They're rushing him.
They can maybe buy, maybe, if GetRight survives, maybe. But GetRight would have to drop like some FAMASes and so on. So that would be... I mean, really they should eco and just play with the rifle that he has alive. I mean, what kind of play would you like to do?
Here we go.
Oh, they're actually going to do it, yeah. They're going to buy.
Just force buy guns.
Yeah, the FAMASes and the 2 M4s.
The thing is, I prefer when you force buy to play aggressively. Because I don't like sitting back when you're going to take out multiple people and then the armor can't even help you. So if they know your position and you don't have armor, you're in big, big trouble. I instead prefer to just aggressively push up and then take them on, so you're taking the shot first.
And it looks right now like another slow round from VeryGames. They're applying the same theory. I've seen this a lot in the top level matches where on Inferno, well, like you said, like you used the word probing, and I think that's a really good one because often you can kind of force the CTs back, and you remove more and more information from them, and then you can get a more effective fake because you limit their information so much. And that's exactly what happened last round. And although there are 4 players,
okay, Shox gets caught with his nade out there and takes a bit of down to 10 health this round, and then just killed quite easily actually. So now they have a decent idea when they attack out of here that there must be a bunch going here.
And Gerai going for the flank down banana as they make.
So now they know
push.
it's all A. Everyone's just going to be looking at that balcony.
Okay, this is going to be really hard now for VeryGames to pull this off. They're going to get flanked from all sides. They're stuck in that area, so awkward, being it short right there. And
that smoke was
here comes the flank from Gerai.
2 for Scream though.
Scream still got a lot of health on him. 1 on 2. Oh, is that through smoke?
And so that stops the VeryGames steamroll.
It does. That was a really beautifully played round, and actually Shox going down on banana. That's like
remember,
such a
NiP
field.
had to force by there. That was very risky.
Yeah.
Because they lose that, suddenly they lead for VeryGames, can get really pushed out, but now they're clawing it back.
Yeah, it's like 10-3 if they had lost that.
But you see how aggressive play helps, because they aggressively pushed up, they caught Shox with just his nade out, killed him, then they could push down, then they know it's not even going to be V.
Oh, actually going 3 of the NiP players right down banana there, aggressive as hell, and forced all the way back because of the sheer amount of bodies thrown at the banana. And controlling banana, I mean, it's so important. If CTs can control it like really deep in, that's really, information-wise, that's huge. And it looks like the smoke goes down, so that's going to kill 15 seconds or so. And also time that Freiburg and Exist can't peek to gain information on where VeryGames players are actually located. So VeryGames are going to take this chance to maybe work mid a little bit, but Smiths and Shox are still hanging around the bottom of banana. It's very unclear what their intentions really are just yet. They're going to make a judgment call at some point, it seems like. And it looks like they're going to edge up mid now. And after smoking up short, looks like they're going to go for Arch. They smoked Fiffler in there, and Arch should be. They could just run through spawn if they're quick. This could be pretty huge here. And look, that's it, perfect. The smoke on Arch, absolutely perfect. Gets them through spawn. Now this is a very awkward situation for NiP. Both sites are cut off, and they pick off Fiffler. And they're now going to push banana as well. Smiths and Shox coming up. This is really good play from VeryGames. Amazing team play, amazing execution. Can they execute though? Existence going to get caught in the back there, but managed to kill Gerai and still one in the site. Exist on that one-on-one. Stream has to win this.
From Exist right now.
Existence
great movement, great shooting. Only has 9 health, though, that's the problem.
Existence.
Looks like Forrest's going to finish him off.
Oh my god.
Now they're starting to run out of time, actually.
There is a defuse.
Okay.
That was, I have to say, that was an amazingly played round from VeryGames. But then you just look at the execution. They got out-executed at the end. When it came down to just the fights, out-executed. So really, really well played otherwise. So, I mean, you could really see how everything came together with the smokes and how they managed to really synchronize everything with the players who had carefully pushed up banana to secure position to be ready for their 3 teammates. So beautiful stuff, but it won't cut it against NiP, it seems. So 8-5 now the score. 2 more rounds in this this first half of the last map of this grand final between these 2 teams for the FACEIT CSGO August Championship.
So that's actually, he shot him there, and now NBK in theory is he gonna look to his left? He doesn't look to his left. Oh, he does, and then he gets the kill for free.
Pretty huge there. VeryGames going up a player early into this round.
See, this is actually where if you're the B players, you need to push up and get information if there's anyone even there. If there isn't, then you can rotate back up.
Getrai's floating back, it seems. And Exist is going to be close. There's going to be a couple players pushing his angle. Here he goes, he jumps in front of the flash. Great play from Exist to shut down that choke point, but they will just barge through him nonetheless. The smoke, perfect there to cover their approach onto the big pit. But here come NiP, it's a 3-on-3, and Scream is weak. Smoke dissipates, and they manage to take down Forest. Freiburg in with the trade. 2-on-2, beautiful play from NiP to retake there.
And actually, if Gerai had have initially run out of the balcony, he would have died, because actually someone was watching, I think Shox maybe, who was watching that balcony area, and he probably would have got the kill. But by waiting a minute, waiting for the full guy, what Get Right tends to do is he plays off the calls of like when the other guys are going in, then he himself has his own internal timing of how to get in last, but still do damage.
Here you go, we've got Forest for a quick pick on mid with his M4A1S. And he's not going to find anything just yet, but maybe Existence will pop around the corner. Up
But
to slope,
they
no?
did do a little bit of damage with nades down Banana. And BK tries to luck down the stairs.
Scream just has a pistol. I'm confused, because some of his teammates bought. I'm a bit confused about that, but Scream,
Yeah, but they're broke.
they are pretty broke, but I mean, why not eco? Oh, because it's the last round, I'm stupid. I am stupid. So there you go. NiP handily cleaning up this round. I mean, it was a really horrible buy situation for VeryGames. And that should make it 8-7 unless Existence goes absolutely massive here, but he doesn't. And that's 3 players left alive, so good halves exchange from both teams. There you go. That's going to be 8-7. VeryGames managing to have a really strong and dominant start. And you know, they didn't really fall off performance-wise that much at all. But NiP kind of started to play a lot better.
Let's be fair, what happened was the same thing again. VeryGames in position to go for something crazy like a 10-round half. Suddenly, they managed to go from, what was it, like 8-2, 8-3 or something like that? Maybe something as bad as that, and NiP wins all the remaining rounds, basically.
And here we go. We have the pistol round. Aggressive CT movement in from VeryGames, just taking control of mid. It is theirs. I love this aggressive play, and they're going to absolutely be in control of mid, but NiP are taking control of apartments. It is theirs. They've claimed it. They stuck their flag in there, and now it's a very troubling situation for VeryGames. But that was a key kill from Existence to shut down the big pit player, Fiflerin. Now NiP are thinking about doubling back because they lost Fiflerin, so Shock's going to have to rotate very quickly. He's going to find Forest very soon.
Forest doesn't know this guy's on the back, but he's actually going there anyway. Great timing.
Oh my god.
The great players just have a sense for that sort of thing.
Yeah, seriously. Look at Forest. This is just perfect aiming from Forest. Seriously. Existence, the last man standing. Looks like NiP are going to win this pistol round unless nothing. No. Nope. Absolutely not. Existence goes down.
This is the kind of scenario, right, where if NiP now wins this game, if you're VeryGames, you feel like, what did we do in this series? We all had all these leads, we had all these pistol rounds, we had all these circumstances where we felt like, right, this is where we put our foot on the pedal, we push away and we win this map. And every time, NiP just bided their time, and then when it came to the close rounds, they win them all, it seems.
It seems to be the case. So, the kind of setup we have is Shocks on apartments, MBK on short, Smiths on the arch. And we have Scream and Existence being the B players. And a quick aggression into, wow, my god, MBK going to pick off Forest there. To pick up.
He's pushing round.
Maybe pick up a weapon. Would be wonderful. MBK over the T side of apartments. Looks like a banana movement potentially. I mean, the smoke is still there. NiP not really committed just yet. And some P250 action from MBK has proven to be quite effective so far. Here, there's another smoke on Banana.
Okay, MBK gets himself a gun. Looks like a UMP.
It's not. I mean, it used to be horrendously bad in both Source and 1.6,
Yeah.
but in this game, it's actually decent.
Well, the
It's
problem with
okay.
it in 1.6 is it was an okay gun, but it was very expensive. It was the most expensive, one of the most expensive of the SMGs. So
yeah.
it wasn't money economical at all.
This is really bad though for VeryGames. They stacked B with 2 players, and Existence is already there as well. They really think it's B, but I mean, it is very much A. It's so A. MBK. I mean, he can either peek and go a bit crazy, or he can just wait. Let them plant and just
Get
wait,
right, it's
wait.
already fully in the site. He's flanked right inside, and now you should see the guy balcony. And that's that.
Yeah. Tough position for MBK. If MBK could have stayed alive, there was potential here. But now, without the opportunity to come at them from 2 sides, and I mean, also MBK had the weapon too. He had the UMP, so that could have been something. But MBK going down really shuts down the round for them. So they're going to be looking for exit kills now. I mean, they've got some P250s as well. I mean, that's actually a weapon you don't want to lose, and you're in this situation as well, because it doesn't cost very much, but it is a decent weapon. You don't want to have to rebuy if you don't have to. If you can pick up an exit frag, hell yes. There you go. Bit of a spray down, P90 action. P90 is quite like a run and gun weapon. Quite good at the run and gun. So there you go, 9-8. NiP doing pretty well so far in the second half. But as soon as the eco rounds end, that's when we're going to start to see the real Counter-Strike played. And
what, we're going to start playing 1.6?
very good. No one can see this, but I gave him a very angry glare. So I just shot him a very angry glare. So grenades coming in onto the B-bomb site from some of the NiP players, and they're just still in anti-eco mode, and rightly so. They're just going to slow things down. NBK is alone, more or less.
Did you ever hear about the time that a team leader told his team, like, call the site that the enemy's attacking and the weapon they have? And so he said, do it every single time. And suddenly the enemy attacked with loads of UMPs, and he said, pa.
Yeah, you're really amazing. You told me everyone hated your commentary.
Well, usually I don't actually do jokes, but whatever.
You feel comfortable in this. It's this heat. It's very hot right now, so it's making you delirious.
Okay.
I experience this on a day-to-day basis. It's my default mode. And exists can push through library. I mean, there's nothing that NiP, VeryGames can do in this situation. Once again,
they can get a free kill in the back of this guy's head.
Wow.
And two.
Oh my god.
Scream is not with headshots. I think he might have the best headshot aim in all of CSGO.
There is a stat that he has the best headshot percentages. There is that stat. But then again, I mean, if you're going, like, if you're a tap player, you're not going to be spraying as much. So that's going to really, like, sway the percentages massively.
Well, the problem is the best player in CSGO is GetRight, but he's a spray player.
Yeah.
And so he's never going to lead a stat like that, even though he probably does get a lot of headshots.
Yeah, for sure. So here we go. NiP and VeryGames, we're on to a bye round for both teams here. And NBK over on short might find a lot of action coming out boiler room. There we go. Quick pick from Forest. That's going to be massive there. The smoke's going down as well. And they know the short's open, and GetRight's going to get through the big pit. So things are looking very bad for VeryGames. They've got to go for a quick retake. Oh man, A just shut down entirely by NiP. And now Scream and Shox have to do a massive amount of work to get back in. And retakes are so hard.
Shox is having internet problems again, unfortunately.
I
can see from his point of view, he's lagging a little bit.
Yeah, he's spiking a lot. It's really unfortunate.
I can't imagine it's a coincidence that he's 7-4 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing really well earlier today.
7-14 rather.
I really love that they're not complaining about it, though, because they could be whining about it in chat. You know, some teams would do that. They'd, whine about Shoxy's situation, but they're playing on. I mean, VeryGames have shown us that they really have some great competition nerve and some good composure, and I feel like they're a pretty mature team from that perspective. So showing a lot of class to the world are VeryGames, and they are an amazing team. And
so actually on this eco, they're going to have 3 go B, and Shox is still lagging like a mother.
And actually...
Just a mother who has bad internet, that's all. Just a mother.
Smith does actually manage to pick off Freiberg with a headshot. That's really, really nice there. And they're going to rotate fully onto A now. So maybe they can do something like that. Shox is even lagging on the overlay. It's awesome. Shox in the site there, hiding with that USPS. Teleporting. He's discovered the teleportation item in CSGO. And they're requesting a pause because it's so bad. And NBK just says, no, it's fine. So, I mean, maybe it's just nothing that they can do about it. I mean, like, maybe...
I mean, I would pause it if I were them, but the problem is...
Yeah.
It has been the problem throughout the whole half, so I can't see how anything's going to actually change by pausing it, so...
Yeah, they're saying that as well in the chat. It's like maybe you could restart your router or something, hope for some new routing that's suddenly perfect, but that's more or less all you can do in this situation. So it's very unfortunate, but never mind. We'll try to keep...
This is actually another scenario where if you know tactically that one of your players has really bad internet, I would actually be quite aggressive on CT side, but I'd use him as like bait. I'd have him run out and then absorb all the bullets, or not, as the case may be.
And equally for NiP, they can just rush B. It's like, oh, you're playing with 1.5 players on B. Okay, let's just throw 5 men at it. See what you can do. So smoked up is Smiths on the arch side there. Mid is well and truly smoked, but GetRight's trying to make his way through boiler there. He's going to find NBK at the quad. I don't know if he's noticed him yet. NBK could come in with a kill here on GetRight. This could be massive. But he sprays through, can't find anything. Oh, there we go. Gets GetRight with the spray through the smoke. And they have to rotate now. They know that it's going to be B. And if you kill GetRight, it's probably going to be his team is nowhere near him as well. from what we've seen so far. And they're taking over the site by Storm NiP. Bomb goes down. Shox comes in with a kill there.
Well, I mean, the message is if you kill Get Right, you're in the wrong site, so immediately rotate.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So Fiflerin in the back there.
And NiP just has too good a hold here, so this is going to be pretty tough, especially with such a lagging player to retake.
Yeah, they have a nice crossfire.
They have no reason to show here either until they hear exactly where the players are.
Great crossfire, and look at that jump from Shox there, praying to the warping gods that it somehow saved him. But that's not the case. Fiflerin with a great spray to trade, but there it is. Exists, makes it happen. And that is going to be 13-8.
And the NiP's won every round on this half so far, so they're just... What looked like another close map is actually turning into a bit of a rout for NiP right now.
Yeah, but to me this is really encouraging anyway, because I love the fact that, okay, it's online and everything, but I love the fact that VeryGames and NiP are playing so close anyway throughout this best of 3, because we're coming up to a massive LAN, and these could very well be the 2 finalists in that LAN. They're so damn good, these 2 teams, and spray down onto Exist there. So the trade coming in from Freiburg to make it 4-on-4, and again that's going to favour the T side. And there it is, 3-on-4 now. Fiflerin takes down Existence, and MBK is left alone as Smith rotates to A. So NiP gonna get another frag over at A. That's gonna just convince them that A is the site to go to, especially now as NBK clears out Banana for taking down Freiburg. So NiP looking great here. And Smith, he's gonna have to deal with 3 players from 3 sides. It's not gonna be good.
Get Right was actually shooting his teammate for a minute there.
It's MBK coming in from the flank.
Yeah, there's one. And remember, Get Right's on 7 health.
MBK lost nothing there too.
MBK is 100 health versus 37 in total.
No helmet though.
He's just gonna. The trick here is you just have to tap him. You can't try and spray a whole guy down because the other guy will probably step out and kill you.
Exactly. Yeah. You need
he's so worried that they're inside the site. So he's had to use a lot of his time here.
They're both incredibly low. Oh, that's so bad for MBK now.
That's one.
Oh, he gets 1 frag. The other guy's so low.
He has no time. He has to go for it.
Oh man. If he had a grenade, did he have a grenade? I don't even know. Probably not. He probably would have used it, but there you go. That situation going to go the way of NiP once again.
NiP really very much on the threshold of winning here.
Yeah. NiP.
We've got some FAMAS for the guys from VeryGames.
Here we go. Players rushing up T-slope there. Straight up mid as well, it looks like. Oh, actually, they're going to put on the brakes over at the... What was the car? They removed the car there on mid. It's no longer... Oh, no, it is there in this version, okay. Oh, the car is still there. A lot of different map versions going on at the moment. And Freiburg's going to make his way up Banana to try to edge his way towards Shox or Scream's position as he clears out everything. They would ideally want to push Scream and Shox away from those angles, and there's the smoke. Denying that information. Grenades coming in, they're going to push their way straight onto the site. Get Right with a beautiful frag on the other side of the map. On the rotating players, it's just Shox left in the site. They spray around the corner, he goes down.
Manages to get 1 though.
And now it is all down to MBK in Existence going for the retake. And NiP have the bomb plant, they have the 3-man setup. MBK going to walk into Forest, and Forest should surely be able to deal with this. Oh, okay. It's going to be someone else to deal with him, MBK actually in Existence.
Yeah. Going to try and save.
VeryGames, you've got to hand it to them. They will play to the last. They will always try to make the
thing is, they're
decisions.
so broke right now, and it's now series point right now.
Yeah.
And they're broke. So it's time for a miracle or NiP to be crowned.
Yeah, more or less that will be the case. So NiP going to take another tournament, looks like. Unless we get 7 rounds in a row from VeryGames. And I mean, it's possible if Shoxy stops lagging. Maybe, you know, it's possible.
And the thing is, this is such a discouraging way to lose. Not only do you have someone lagging, but you've lost so many rounds in a row.
Yeah. They do get the consecutive round bonus. They get more money at the very least, which is somewhat nice, but that's not very meaningful if you're kind of playing a player down because he's got a fluctuating ping. But anyway, NiP, they do deserve to win any final that they play. I mean, they're so damn good, but VeryGames, they really gave it their all. But still, I'm talking like it's over. It's not just yet. And Get Right's going to be pushing Boiler here. We've got Freiburg making his way up Banana. Once again, just trying to... I mean, he's trying to deny any aggressive plays from NiP is so powerful if they get down onto Banana and start controlling this space. That Freiburg's just there to stop that. That's mostly his idea, and he's actually got some teammates backing him up now. And Get Right's all the way through to Arch, up against Smith there on library side. Smith backs away into the site as Exist and Get Right take over CT Arch and CT Spawn. So Get Right in a good position to get picks. This is very aggressive. Like, there's almost like no need to do plays like that. It's crazy, crazy aggressive.
Well, it means that now you can attack the B site and you know that they can't rotate.
Exactly, yeah.
Scream insta headshot.
But also like they can't get onto B site because they're not having the support through CT Spawn. So Get Right now going to B site, but Forest and Fifth are worrying about rotating players from T slope, and actually that's going to be the end of Forest. And Fifth is stuck now. He's under a lot of fire from 2 players, and Get Right now, I mean, all because they stuck around Arch so long, they weren't able to correctly support over at B side. So NiP maybe getting a little bit cocky there. And Get Right going to go down too. So
okay, so that VeryGames keep Hope alive very briefly.
So definitely seems like almost a given round in some senses to VeryGames. And VeryGames have to win a lot of rounds in a row here if they want to make this a victory. And I keep checking the score to see if Shox' ping calms down. He actually has his ping calm down now, has actually come down. It's 60 now instead of 250. It's gone down to 50 now, so Shox actually has a ping again. That's worth something. So VeryGames might be feeling a bit better about this. It's one thing to lose a bunch of rounds, it's another to be playing 4 versus 5, which is what's happening. So let's see if VeryGames can do this. Got Get Right trying to push apps here, and MBK going for the defense. Get Right's so annoying, going to try to jump over in
and he makes it successfully through. Meanwhile, MBK still looking up at the balcony.
And the NiP players flooding up mid there. Forest going to make the angle over towards Arch. But Scream is there, Smith is there. They may even be thinking about double backing towards B with this bomb. They have Exist pushed way up into apps, but they're not really up in mid yet. And they've kind of committed some VeryGames players towards A. And actually they're going to move up mid now, and they could find some players here.
Now Forest will try and flank once they go B. But of course they can't go B now, so it's going to be an A attack. But Forest is in prime position to kill 1 or 2 of the fly case.
Oh wow, Existence going to drop the bomb carrier as Forest now has to
He has to pretty much run because of the fact that he's low on time and he's being flanked.
Yeah, has to eliminate this position.
There's
he
one,
does
he
so
took it
beautiful.
very cleanly, still has 100 health.
Trying to aim out
He's
there.
going to get the bomb down. The big problem for him is that Shox is right behind him.
Yeah, there it is. And Shox going to be the instrument of victory in that round right at the end, taking down Forest. And after all those ping troubles, that's definitely a nice result for them. I mean, the problem is that it's constantly match point for NiP sitting on 15 rounds. Now VeryGames are up against this situation where they have to win 5 in a row to even this out. So that's a very tall order. They already did something more difficult though. On Mirage, they managed to come back from a 14-6 scoreline to make it 16-14. So that was already quite amazing. But in this round now, as we follow it, the standard setup, I mean, NiP pretty much do this every round, it seems. And okay, there you go. There's the pick in mid. It's kind of the thing that you cannot let happen.
And now they're going B, while at the moment, you can see that Scream isn't sure. Should he rotate fully? Should he stay towards B? He's kind of hanging around the middle. And now when he finally goes A is when they go into B. So this is really well timed.
Most certainly it is.
And now they're going to go back to A. They've kind of outfought themselves.
This is really awkward. Scream is actually not going to fall for it. Existence and Scream are there, 2 versus 3. And all the smokes go down. Scream has an angle on mid though. He has an angle. There it is. Beautiful headshot on the Fiffler and sprays down one more. Exist falls. And it's just Freiburg and Forest left. They get the trade, but he put it to a 2-on-2.
Look at Existence here.
Oh, and now it's just Shox. Shox and Forest, and he might just get...
And he has 100 health versus 15, but Forest will show.
There it is. Shox wins the next round again for his team, VeryGames. And
I mean, this feels like it's going to overtime right now. Despite the fact they have all this work to do, it just still feels like it's going there.
No commentator's curse. Don't sign away their hopes.
I think, yeah, the scoreboard seems to be broken.
Says
Says 27 out of 30 rounds.
So, looking at this round right now, NiP are going to start having horrible flashbacks towards Mirage. They don't want that situation to happen again.
Well, you've noticed they've slowed down a whole lot. They're not doing any kind of rushes right now.
And Existence is really aggressive on apps, so you have to pull back with that FAMAS. And that small aggression didn't pay off for them. They didn't really they just lost a lot of health. They didn't really get anything out of it. At least they didn't lose a player, but still.
So you notice for both teams, this is what happens when you have the lead and then you're almost over the finish line. Your aim tends to get worse. Like I even have a saying, when it's in really close big rounds in a big match, every player's aim almost becomes the same because everyone gets nervous. And then it's just down to like who has the best nerve, who can hold their composure.
And looks like NiP though are going to make their way up Banana. This looks like somewhat of a committed push. And Geray's trying to make his way towards Arch. If Geray gets insta-dropped by Smiths, that could be huge. But here comes NiP into the site. The smokes are just curtaining the site there. And Shocks and Scream cannot see anything. Still in a good position with crossfires. Shocks and Scream holding it down. NiP players just dropping like flies.
Crossfire.
And Geray's just chilling over at Arch. EB chilling. And it's a 1v5 now.
See, and as it happens, if NiP had actually rushed all these last rounds, then they would have caught Shoxy with all his bad internet for the last rounds. But by sort of letting his internet recover, now VeryGames is winning rounds.
Yeah. And this is going to play with their heads a little bit as well, perhaps. I mean, you can always make the argument that really experienced players are very mentally resilient to all situations because of their vast experience, experiencing all of those situations.
That all depends on what if they experienced a lot of losses and they messed up on a lot of rounds and they got outplayed. Then they have some bad experiences there to go with.
But they should at least be comfortable with... Because, like you said, it's like you almost get to the finish line and everyone has that feeling. It's like, oh my god, are we just going to lose now? Because you kind of think it in the back of your mind. It's like, yeah, we're just going to lose now. But I mean, that's also a mentality of the best teams and best players in the world. They can never conceive that they would be losing. So great pick there on Fiffler, and Smiths coming out with a huge kill on mid. That's really going to help massively for VeryGames.
Playing against the eco here.
And Geray
P250s.
Geray has an AK. So Geray could be instrumental. If he gets an entry frag onto B, they get a quick plant. That's going to be very, very instrumental for NiP. And Scream and Shocks both right at the back of the site. So that could be very hard to deal with if NiP do decide to rush it. But NiP edging his way towards short now, interestingly. On the other, so Forest is now doing the get right. Forest pushing his way towards Arch. And Smiths will find him soon.
And if he can stay there, he can hold 3 people in A.
And he flashes Smiths. And oh my god, that's a key Molotov right there because they wanted to go. They wanted to go right then. And here they are, they're going to go. And
I think Forrest is going to really get people in the back here.
He's in the library, yeah. And
he gets immediately killed.
And that's so huge.
Geray gets the crucial first kill.
Shocks in the
back. Yeah, now they've got. Here's the chance to win the whole series.
This is a 3-on-3 now.
They have guns. Freiburg really low health. Though.
Even health for both teams, pretty much, essentially, effectively.
Yeah.
And this is going to be.
I think Geray's the crucial guy here, because he's going to try and wait till the end.
And absolutely crucial round for both teams in this grand final.
Oh, will he try and flank when there's actually a guy still in the spawn? Okay.
Oh, grenade taking down Freiburg. Get right with the spray. My goodness, and NiP managed to get the round and the victory. That almost looked like it was going to be VeryGames, but what a close... Seriously, these teams were so incredibly close together. It was so hard to separate them. And how many people are going to bring up Shoxy's lag? How many people
who are French, people who are fans of VeryGames.
True, but I mean, there is a strong case for it because you saw, of course, that as soon as Shoxy's internet calmed down again, it really felt like VeryGames became themselves again.
I mean, if I were VeryGames, I'd feel less annoyed about losing the third map than what happened in the second map, where you did all that great work to do the comeback, and then you blew it right at the end. Whereas, listen, when you're playing NiP and you have such a history of losing the close scenarios, you want to just win 2-0. You want to just go right out, win 2-0. Don't even have to worry about getting into this situation where you have to doubt yourself and you're playing from behind. Yeah. And we saw history repeat itself again.
So, wow, we finished. We actually came to the end of this, and that's a good 8 hours. And so Thorin, thanks for commentating with me. Are there any words that you have? Anything you want to plug? I mean, Asa, Thorin,
don't worry about it. I'm pretty hungry, so let's just leave it at that.
All right. So I guess that's all from me in Foreign. So on the last note, I'll say, guys, that if you're a League of Legends player and you enjoy what FACEIT is doing for the CS community, yeah, anyone who basically plays League of Legends and you want to have access to our private beta, all you have to do is go over to the dashboard on faceit.com, press Add Game, and just check out the League of Legends button, and you can go and apply for the private beta and get involved. And greater numbers helps us, so supporting League of Legends helps us with CS, and supporting CS helps us with Quake, Quake helps us with CS. Like, it's all a happy family helping one another, so bigger numbers. And remember also to check out all the CS Cups as you giggle away there.
Yeah.
What are you holding back? Make fun of me.
No, I was just laughing at people like saying stuff in your ear while you're trying to talk. And you're like,
all right, yeah.
Yeah, and then that as well.
I know, you got to deal with this.
Like,
you got to learn to deal with it.
Humana, as you're like trying to say stuff.
Exactly, but still. So we have all these points cups, so if you guys want to get on the platform, and I mean, to be honest, we have 128 tick servers, and if you're going to be playing matchmaking, you're playing on Valve's 64 tick servers, and it's
plus you're a fool, so
it's kind of horrible.
Don't do it.
I mean, you get these weird ranks and
play
stuff.
On FACEIT.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic we have to give props to Fnatic as well. Although they caused delays, they've been really supporting us a lot. Devilwalker's been always like advertising the pickup system on FACEIT. And if you want to play the tournaments, you can win points and redeem those points for prizes in our Razer store. So if you're a fan of Razer gear, that's one easy way to get Razer gear without actually, shelling out loads of dollar bills. So I think that's everything here from me and everything here from Foreign. So thanks very much, everyone, for viewing. And thanks, of course, to the teams, and congratulations to NiP. And remember, Bucharest, DreamHack Bucharest is coming up this weekend. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be the most stacked CSGO tournament ever. So that's it. So good night, guys. See you next time.